On today's Part of My Take, we have an awesome interview with first baseman from the Atlanta Braves, Matt Olson, in-person interview. He came by the studio Friday night, latest interview we've ever done. We have Mr. Positions using every position on John Angelos and going on a rant that is must listen. Mount Rushmore of rookie mistakes. Uncle Chaps doing roasts. This is a packed show. And then also there was some news today that we'll discuss. Barstool is independent again, so we'll get to that as well. And it's all brought to you by our friends at BodyArmour. Look, I just finished my BodyArmour. PMT is brought to you by BodyArmour. From sports drinks to sport water, BodyArmour keeps us hydrated all day long, whether we're talking, watching, or even playing sports. BodyArmour is our go-to choice. Real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. BodyArmour has a great tasting flavor like strawberry banana and blue raspberry. Strawberry banana is my favorite. The best athletes in the world hydrate with BodyArmour like Ronald Acuna Jr., Christian McCaffrey, Alex Morgan, and the latest athlete to join the team, Joe Burrow. So my favorite, like I said, is strawberry banana. It is the most delicious drink out there. Keeps me hydrated, tastes great. Keeps me going for these late night recordings, for the move, for everything that we've got going on these days. BodyArmour, make sure that I'm feeling at my best, and it can make you feel that way as well. So go check it out. It's available in stores nationwide. Head over onto BodyArmour store on Amazon and get yours today. So I'm going to say right now, the strawberry banana is my favorite, but also the BodyArmour, perfect amount of water. Let's look at this bottle. Perfect amount of water. I just drank out of it. The wide mouth, it's the best bottle ever created. BodyArmour is the best water, best drinks ever created. So go check them out now. Head on over to BodyArmour store on Amazon and get yours today. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take. Today is Wednesday, August 9th, and football is back.
Hard Knocks, baby. Hard Knocks. A tradition unlike any other. We get super pumped up. We watch. Football is on our screen. We enjoy it. And then, not a lot goes on. We already saw most everything that happened. But it was cool to see behind the scenes the Nathaniel Hackett stuff, him with Aaron Rodgers and how they reacted to Sean Payton comments and all that. That part was kind of cool. I like that.
Yes. So football is back. Let's talk Hard Knocks in a minute. We should probably address the big news today.
Mincy's
back. So if you are living under a rock, or if you only listen to this show, first of all, thank you. That means you're a wonderful AWL. It was announced today that Penn, who owned us, Barstool Sports, has sold Barstool Sports back to us, back to Dave. They are creating a new app, in conjunction with ESPN Bets. Penn, wonderful people. Jay Snowden will be a friend for life. They changed my life. They changed all of our lives. But the big news is that Barstool is back to being independent. So it's pretty cool. It's been a crazy 20 years for Barstool. I think the 20th anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks. It's been, we've been doing this show for 7-8 years. We are back to independent, back to the pirate ship. I think it's a deal that works out for everyone very well. Can't lose parlay. People saw what happened with that. Turns out regulators maybe don't love Barstool, don't love us, and I get that. It totally makes sense. I think Penn had the same thought, like, hey, we thought this was going to work out maybe a little better with regulators. It didn't. So we are back to being ourselves, independent, and Penn is going to be doing something with ESPN and ESPN Bets, and I think it's going to be wildly successful because Penn has some really incredible people. But yeah, we are back to being independent. The pirate ship goes back out there into the ocean. I did see some people being like, oh, can you guys now do stuff you didn't do? I don't think we changed anything under Penn. I truly don't. I know people will, yes, there was different ways that we had to talk about gambling. Gambling regulators were stringent, but in terms of the content of this show, I don't think we changed anything. Did we, PFD?
We were going to do, instead of piss dog, shit cats at one point. And
dude.
Jay Snowden said, "Hey, I don't know if we can go that far with you guys. Maybe dial it back. Just keep it number one only."
I have one too.
Wait,
I have one.
Wait, hold on. Before you say yours, or Hank, PFT. I'm sure you got the same thing of people being like, "Piss Dogs is back." They're just completely not realizing that both you and I have pissed our pants on camera in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
multiple times.
Yes,
so it's I don't really know what I
pissed my pants within the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I love our fans are the best fans in the world. I know everyone says that, but I truly do believe that. They ride and die with us through thick and thin. They're always behind us. We have a dream job because of the people that listen and support us, and that never is lost on me, never, ever, ever. But I will say, too, we have not really changed that much. We've been pissing our pants.
Right. I would love to come back and say, like, oh, I'm so glad because we get to really let everything fly that we haven't been. But I don't think we've dialed anything back at all.
It's been how we talked about gambling, which I understand. That was part of the rules, and it made sense to make sure that we talked about gambling the correct way under Penn. And even when we did that, and there was a lot of people who did a really good job of making sure everything was cleared with the gambling stuff, and still we ran into the issues with the regulators. I think that was kind of the eye-opening moment for all parties. And so, yeah, I don't think the content has changed on this show specifically at all, and it won't, and it will keep going forward, but it is fucking awesome that we're the pirate ship again.
Hank.
Yes, there was that. It was 2020. There was the leaf blower video of the person blowing a leaf blower full of weed around a room.
Yep.
You guys told me to do it. I got a pound of weed. I acquired a pound of weed to do the video in the studio. And then you guys were like, well, we're about to sell the pen, so you can't do it. So then I just had to hold on to this pound of weed.
Oh, no. Do you still have the pound?
No, it was gone probably like June. It was
okay,
COVID.
so we can do that
COVID,
video.
So there's nothing else to do. Well, yeah, I retired, but that was one thing that Penn stopped from happening.
We'll bring that back. Hank, along those same lines, I've been angling to get a brand of pre-rolls put out there called just mids. Just call them mids, just average weed. And I've been going for it, and they keep saying, no, we can't do that because it's sanctioning drug use, which I totally understand. But now maybe that's something we can get into. Maybe we put out our own weed strand.
Maybe the idea that we had the other day we can do idea. Of me, PFT, and Hank doing a 3-man scramble after eating mushrooms, and we try to beat Jake, who's dressed as Toad.
Max is Mario, I think we said.
That would rule. Yeah, Max has to chase him around.
Yeah,
but no, so like overall, it's a great thing. This
Jake is Toad part.
Jake is Toad is going to be hilarious. But yeah, everything has I know that people will try to think deeper into all this stuff, but I really do think that both parties are going to be very successful, and I think ESPN Bets is going to crush. And I know the people at Penn very well, and they're all very, very smart. And this was kind of a thing where it's like, hey, we know that the regulators are going to keep coming for us, and we're going to play by different rules. And we thought it was going to work, and it didn't work exactly how we thought. It still worked. It was still successful for a lot of the things, but that we are the pirate ship again. So Jake as Toad is coming.
I do think it's the rare win-win-win.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy. I think Penn's happy. I think ESPN's happy. I think everybody's happy. So we're all happy. It's good stuff. Speaking of piss dogs, I just want to share this story real quick because I'm raising a dog, Blake, right? And Blake is about 3.5 months old, potty training him, doing really well for the most part. I went in to take a piss. He likes to follow me into the bathroom to watch me pee. Today, he just followed me into the bathroom as I'm pissing, and he sees me peeing, and he's standing right behind me, and he starts pissing right onto the bath mat, onto the bathroom floor. He's a piss dog. Bro absolutely rocks. I loved it.
Yeah, but not trained.
Not trained. Not yet. Not yet. We're working on that.
It's a process. It's a process. Trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Max?
Absolutely.
Isn't that what you always say? He's just nodding because he knows that if he unmutes his mic, we're going to be like, and how'd the process go? And then he's going to be like, we're going to trust it. All right. Should we talk some football? Should we talk some hard knocks? I'll just start with the fact that I'm not even doing a bit right now. I've never seen Aaron Rodgers happier. He looks so happy. He looks so relaxed. I'm so happy for him. It is great. It's like someone like getting away from an evil empire. He's essentially been, he's gotten his. What am I looking for? What's the word? It's late at night. The
his groove back,
Mojo.
Swagger.
Mojo.
Cackles.
Calisthenics.
What are cackles?
well, I was going to say it's like
What are cackles?
It's like an orca in captivity with a curved fin.
Shackles.
Now it's out
Shackles.
in the ocean, dorsal fin straight up.
Shackles. Yeah. By the way, side tangent. Lolita being 50 years old, like that orca is going to go in the ocean and die right away, right?
It might be just too much.
It's
for
never making it to the ocean.
It's Brooks from Shawshank. Lolita's going to end up in the ocean and be like, "What the fuck? I had a pretty good life."
The ocean went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
Yeah, fuck. He's gonna be like, "I have to find food now," or she. So yeah, that's a side tangent about Jim Irsay. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. The shackles are off. He looks like he can be himself. He changed his number. He looks happy. And his quarterback coach, this new up and coming guy who I've never seen in the NFL before. What's his name? He has a big beard, jacked arms.
I think his name's Nate Hackett.
Nate Hackett. Yeah,
Nate
I'd never
Hackett.
seen him before. That guy looks like a smart guy.
I think he's future head coach material. Just the way that it tells you a lot the way that you can get along with a star quarterback if you have that trust. That guy's a rising star, a guy to keep an eye on in the NFL. He's got to learn some stuff probably about like clock management, timeouts, end of game stuff you don't get to experience as a quarterback coach or really an offensive coordinator sometimes. But once he gets that under his belt, I think he's gonna turn some heads. He also, by the way, has an ass. I think he grew his ass out a little bit this offseason.
Yeah, he was very smart to go with the new facial hair. He reminded me of like a Duke player, a Plumlee going to the NBA and getting some tattoos and a new haircut. Like, hey, that was the old me. I'm Nate Hackett now. I look like I have I drive a chopper to work, and he looked jacked, and he was out there having fun. He looks like such a fun guy. I kind of want to get him on PMT.
Yeah, we should interview him. The gold member stuff. I bet he's got some great stories about Blake Bortles. He's Coach M.
Yes. What other things?
My personal big takeaway was that crows are dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Did you hear the opening monologue that Robert Saleh gave? So he sat the players down, gave them an animal fact at the start, which is that crows are the only bird that attacks eagles, and that eagles, to defend themselves from crows, let the crow land on their back, then they fly straight up, and then the crow suffocates to death and falls off and crashes to the earth. Crows are so fucking dumb.
I think that happened in Iron Man.
I think it did too. It's a miracle that crows ever. I mean, this is one of the things that we probably can't go off on, or we couldn't go off on when Penn to own us. But fuck crows. Like crows have
We've never
a marketing
done anything
team.
like that.
I don't know what it is, but I've been told my whole life that crows are the smartest bird in the world, and it's a miracle that they ever get out of bed in the morning without stabbing themselves in the butthole with their own beak, because they're so stupid that they just hold on to the back of an eagle and die of not being able to breathe.
And they're bad vibes. You see a crow, it's bad vibes. That's not a good vibes bird. That's a bad, like you see a blue jay, you see an oriole, you see a cardinal. You're like, ooh, I'm going to stare at that out of my back porch. You see a crow and you're like, wait, death is around the corner. They're bad vibe birds.
They're called a murder of crows for a reason. But the message behind that was, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So Saleh was saying that the crows are the haters, us, the media, and that the Eagles are actually the Jets, which means that they're going to finish in second this year. But they're just flying they're flying all the crows off their back.
Yeah. It is funny that there will be like a few people who are like, man, finally they can say fuck crows.
Yeah.
They never were able to say that before. Other things. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet. So if you did, don't answer this, but how old is Randall Cobb?
Oh, yeah. You brought this up last year, I think. He's young.
Yeah. I bring it up every year. He is 32. He's 32 years old. He's going to be 33 in a couple weeks. You did see it?
I did not.
Oh, okay. 32 years old. Randall Cobb. Like when I saw him in this, I was like, holy shit, he's still in the league. And then I reminded myself like, oh wait, he's 32 years old. And he feels like he's been in the league for 10 million years.
Yeah, that would mean he's been in the league for what? This is 12th season coming up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. He's one of those like late babies. When you're born in late August, early September, you're kind of on that cutoff sometimes on which grade you're going to be in. All the kids that were born like September 1st, September 2nd were the best at sports in high school.
I'm I'm dealing with that right now on the home front because my son was born in June, and I'm like, let's hold him back for a year.
Yeah.
My wife's like, why? I was like, because of sports. She's
Yeah.
like, that's not a reason.
No,
like,
it is.
But it is.
It's a great reason.
Yes. I don't think you can do June, though. It's way too. It's way, like, if I could, I would hold back a kid who, like, if my kid was born in March, I'd be like, let's hold him back.
Yeah. You just purposely don't teach him how to read so he fails kindergarten.
And then
we got to repeat.
And then he's the first kid to hit 5 feet tall when he's like, in 5th grade.
Just dominating awesome in basketball. Yeah. Probably gets to play quarterback.
Listen, that could shape a child. Even he's not going to end up being a great athlete, but if he was just a great athlete for a couple of years, that could change everything.
Yeah. If you are a true sports dad, you should only conceive a child with a New Year's baby. New Year's Eve is when football guys fuck.
No, it's September. I think you can hold him back for a full year.
So New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, conceive on New Year's. Yeah, have them in September.
I've told the story, but I played 3 years of Little League because of a change back rule, and it was the peak of my athletic achievement. I was 13,
shaped you as a human.
I was 13 years old, 6 feet tall, throwing no hitters every game. It was the best.
That's awesome. That rules.
Yeah.
Like every parent should aspire to that. Like, hey, let's be honest here. Let's just break it down. They're not going to be a college athlete, a pro athlete. Why not just let them dominate when they're fucking in 6th grade? Like, just let them go crazy in 6th grade, and they'll have that forever.
Maybe get a college scholarship out of it. Who knows? Jake, can you actually set a reminder on the calendar? Remind me to have sex on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, with football coming up, I took a little preview look. Week 1, I have some crazy reminders.
Okay.
Unveil them.
Give it to us. Can you give us a couple? Just a couple teases. Yeah. Just a tease.
Don't let Big Cat believe in Carson Wentz if he starts.
We'll we'll talk about that later, and that's solved itself.
If a bad team is good in the first 3 weeks of the season, just wait.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Nope. Yeah. These are all very smart thoughts.
The Colts haven't won in 9 straight week 1s.
Ooh, but Anthony Richardson's lighting it up.
And you're season ticket holders now.
And we're season ticket holders. Fuck.
That's a we're going week 1. Like that's like we're betting on the Colts week 1 stat.
Yeah, we have to.
Water always finds his level.
Yeah, Water always finds
Remind Big Cat and PFT to take
Can't lose parlay
to win the AFC West.
Okay,
who?
That's smart.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. I can't wait for the first can't lose parlay. Oh, it's gonna slap.
One thing I'm learning from Jake's notes here: we're smart. We're just dumb.
Right. No, we are emotional men.
Yeah.
We are knee-jerk reaction, hard on the sleeve men who in the moment can't really get ourselves out of a wet paper bag, but with hindsight and a little bit of distance, we have some really good thoughts.
Yeah, no, we get it. We know ball. But just yeah, you're right. In the moment, like football is an emotion. And we get caught up in it.
Like I can't wait till the Chiefs are going to go up 7-0, and I'm going to live bet the Chiefs at like -300, and they're going to lose the game. Like like the Chiefs will never lose. They're the best team ever. So yeah, that will happen. That will absolutely happen. Also, can you set a reminder for me, Jake? Now I've talked to Max about this. I am stuck in a situation because I don't want to root for the Eagles like I did last year again because I just don't want to do that again. That took enough out of me. But I do think the Eagles, what's the Eagles' schedule? There's a spot. PFT, we got to do this together. Maybe with our Twitter payouts, we can do this. Which shout out Elon. Those are starting to hit. PFT, or Jake, set a reminder for me and PFT to put a future on the Eagles on December 11th. They have a stretch where they play the Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, Niners, and Cowboys. That price is going to go. That's going to be when we strike. That's going to be when we strike, PFT. That's going to be when we strike.
Also, Jake, set a reminder for week 1 to disregard all the other memos.
What about when they lose week 1?
When they lose week 1, we'll check the price. I just can't. And this is something that it sucks to admit, but I can't. I think I will probably have to bet the Eagles to win the Super Bowl for the rest of my life, chasing that 22-1. Because if they win it this year and I don't have a bet, I will be so upset. So I'm just stuck. And I won't talk about it like I did last year because I'll just put it in and just forget it. But I just know that probably until the Eagles win their next Super Bowl, I have a future on them.
Listen,
So it could be like 50 years, and I'd be like, still 22-1, going to make it back.
I'm a team player. I put $8,000 on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl because I couldn't root against Big Cat to lose, $220,000 or whatever. But I don't think I can put a future on the Eagles in good conscience.
Yeah, I lost too much last year too.
It just goes against every fire. It's not like I despise the Eagles. I mostly despise. I've grown up despising my own team more than anything. But still, every man has a line. I can't put a future on division.
Wait for December 11th. Wait for December 11th when they're like popping it like 12-1. We're like, ooh, watch out. We'll have to just put Max in a fucking Hannibal Lecter suit the day before the Super Bowl. We'll be wheeling him around in Las Vegas, and he'll have a fucking gimp mask on and everything. Just be like, you can't drink anything, you can't do anything, just wheeling him.
I actually think that for Max's own good, he shouldn't be allowed to go to the Super Bowl if the Eagles are in it.
Oh no, he's going, and we're doing the same deal, and he's going to sit front row. I want like $20,000 tickets this time. I want even, and I'm going to root against the Eagles. Play the hits, run it back. Okay, other things. Yeah, Hard Knocks overall, like nothing really happened, but it's just the best feeling in early August to see that music, Liev Schreiber showing up. Like, there's just nothing better. Oh, I had one other thing. Sauce Gardner and Aaron Rodgers have a very cool handshake.
Yeah, the smoke.
It's like a triangle and then the smoke.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I actually agree with you on Aaron Rodgers. I think he does look happy. Like watching him when Liev Schreiber. Well, from the selectively edited 15 minutes of content that was approved by the team, Aaron seems like a great guy and a great football player.
Yeah, he's a great fucking guy. Great football player. I've always loved Aaron Rodgers this year. That's a fact. You can't dispute that fact.
This season.
Yeah, this season. Well, no, because he lost the Lions this year too. 2023, I've been a big Aaron Rodgers fan overall. Last thing, Colin Cowherd released his list of quarterbacks who can't win a Super Bowl, and he said Dwayne Haskins can't.
Fact check. I guess technically true.
Yeah. Did he ever apologize for that or say anything?
I don't know. It's a pretty bad take on his. I don't think he did it on purpose. Which is maybe more of an indictment on Colin Cowherd. I don't think that Colin Cowherd realized that Dwayne Haskins was dead. Crazy.
Insane. Like to just, imagine if you're Dwayne Haskins' family and you see that, you're like watching the herd. Like, he can't win a Super Bowl. Oh, cool. Thanks, Colin. Awesome job.
Schefter's watching this. Like, why couldn't you have said that the day it happened to take some of the steam off me?
Seriously. Okay. We got a great rest of the show. We're going to kick it back to ourselves in studio. We've got Hot Seat Cool Throne, including Jake's rant, Matt Olson, Mount Rushmore of rookie mistakes, and Chaps with roasts. So unbelievable show. Let's kick it back to ourselves. Okay, before we get to Hot Seat Cool Throne, we're brought to you by our friends at Coors Light, the greatest beer ever created. Everyone thinks about the day they'll eventually get to retire, Hank, and enjoy all the freedom that comes with it. But who says we have to wait decades before we get to kick back and chill out, Bosco? Take advantage of the free will and spend the summer chilling like a retiree and pair those moments with Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. It's the beer that's made to chill, pairs well with a retired state of mind. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold, so you know when it's time to grab another. Perfect for all your summer plans or lack thereof. No judgment here. This summer, chill like you're retired with Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Some guys sent me a video from the Brewers game last night, and they were just like, Big Cat, check out these mountains. And I was like, I wish I was sitting with those guys right now. There's Coors Light and Blue Mountains, the best in the biz. It's the coldest beer in the world. It's the beer of the summer. It's our favorite beer. So this summer, chill like you're retired with Coors Light. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Okay, Hot Seat Cool Throne, but we're doing things a little out of order because last night at about, 9 o'clock, we got a text on the PMT group text. By the way, someone was pointing out, so I tweeted out Jake's text. Someone pointed out that it's called PMT Full Group. Why did that happen?
because we
Billy's
had one without
suspension.
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy's suspension.
That
Okay.
one, it had the avatar was Billy's face with a circle and a line through it over.
So we should
Because-
just go back to that one.
Yeah, because people kept on saying like, "Ooh, I wonder what's not the PMT full group." You know,
Side
like
chat.
it really. There's only one side chat. It's me, PFT, and Hank, and that's us talking about memes. So that there, all the other conversation goes in the PMT full group. I thought it was Billy.
Jake was so fired up last night.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever gotten a text from Jake being like,
No.
permission to go in.
Yeah, so he said,
Yeah.
"Can I rant on the Orioles broadcasting situation on the show tomorrow?
Permission granted.
Listen,
Jake.
it's
Am
your-
I allowed
go
to
off,
talk
King.
on the
It's
podcast?"
your guys' show, but I requested a segment.
Jake, you're part of it.
Yeah, I understand, but you guys are
new
center
segment
stage.
alert. What should we call it? When Jake's really fired, like once a year when Jake's fired up.
When
about
broadcasters get suspended for no reason.
Chris, okay.
the Ides of Marsh.
Tom Brenneman?
How about that?
We should actually give away. We should give equity of Pardon My Take to everyone here, and then that way, if like we ever have a controversy, we like draw straws to see who has to take the bullets.
Yeah.
So
Jake,
Jake, you have 98% of the equity on Pardon My Take.
respect the biz, Jake.
Okay, so Jake, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's give the context first.
Yes, give all the context.
Okay. So,
Please don't be biased, though.
Please don't
why
be
would I?
biased,
There was no bias in this
Not with
clip.
the context.
because I have
It
yet.
sounds like you're already a little bit biased.
No.
I did an old debate trick. I told you last night that I'm going to take the side of John Angelos. I'm not, but I wanted you to prepare for that.
I know you're not, because then you
Okay.
would get roasted by the
Although
internet too.
he kind of rules, but that's we'll talk about that later
Yeah.
in a terrible, terrible way.
Okay. So Kevin Brown, play-by-play broadcaster, Baltimore Orioles on Masson.
Guy who punched the concrete.
No,
Oh,
different.
okay.
Yeah, you got confused by the former.
I did. Kevin
player.
Brown, whose son's name is Rich.
Yes. So a week or two ago, he was doing his broadcast open. Anytime you watch a game, you're on the air, you're on camera for a few minutes, pre-produced segments, graphics, VOs, things like that. A pre-produced element of this opening between the Orioles and the Rays showed how the Orioles, who have been historically bad the last few years, they have not won 16 series in a row at Tropicana Field. But this year, the Orioles, of course, the darlings of the MLB, Big Cat's got a huge future on them.
35-1.
The Orioles are the darlings of the MLB.
This season, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I would actually argue that. Yeah,
They're a likable team.
It's Shohei
Young-
and the Orioles.
Young stars, like they've been the
Exceeding
laughing stock.
expectations.
Exactly.
They're
say-
first place in the AL right now,
I would
right?
say
I
Trey
believe
Turner is
so.
the
Yeah.
darling of MLB.
That's
this
true.
year.
He just came back from
So
cancer.
it's been since 2017, 6 years since they won a series at Tropicana Field. But this season, Kevin Brown mentioned, they've won 3 times in 5 opportunities. So they're better this year.
Okay,
They're much better this year compared to years past.
but he pointed out that they had lost.
But he
15
pointed
in a
out
row.
that they had not won 16 straight series. And the guy in charge of the Orioles, John Angelos, says, that's too sensitive. You're out. You're suspended
Okay.
indefinitely.
Okay.
The CEO of the Orioles.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, would you clarify this as an insult fact?
No.
Okay.
Jake,
I would.
Stating facts.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay. And I have more to say. But
Okay,
that's
all
the
right.
basis
All
for
right.
those who
Go
are on.
off. PFT and I will play devil's advocate after. Go off.
Okay. So
Yeah, rant.
you're suspending the broadcaster for stating those facts.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he get those facts? From the truck.
So it's,
Where did
you're
the
throwing
truck-
the truck under the
Where
bus.
did the truck get those facts? From the team's PR game notes. In that case, suspend all of them.
Oh, he just tossed him.
I like
If you're
it.
watching
If
on the
you're gonna
YouTube,
suspend-
he just tossed him.
If you're gonna suspend,
You're outta here.
If you're gonna just suspend him, you got to suspend everyone else involved with making that decision of making these facts come to light.
So Jake, how do you know that they got it in that order? That the guys in the truck got it from the team.
I mean, they're not
PR?
making up stats. Like when you're a producer of a broadcast, like you Google these, you get these from like legitimate sources.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
From
in that-
reality, you get these
Yes.
facts. It's Jake Shapiro.
Like the
facts don't care
The
about
truck
your feelings.
doesn't make
Yeah.
up these numbers. They get it from a source,
Right.
Someone who's in charge of compiling the numbers.
They were so
They probably
bad.
just got it from looking at the actual stats and saying,
Right.
"Hey, here's,
Yeah.
But they were so bad it felt made up.
Right.
Like, how could they be that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why he has to take the heat for this because it's just insane. And every other broadcaster was clowning on the Orioles. Like they had such a good thing going. They had the entire baseball world on their side. And now people, not me, I want Big Cat to win 35-1.
Thank you.
People are going to root against the Orioles just to see their
I disagree.
owner.
I don't think so
I
because
disagree.
Jake, if this is your first exposure to how bad of a guy John Angelos is and Peter Angelos, like what bad owners they are, then you need to pay more attention to them in the past because nothing's going to change.
Because
with how people
I'll
feel
admit
about
that's
those guys.
me. I'm not
We're
familiar with
We're
them.
still rooting for the team. The team's fun.
People will, though.
The players are fun. The owner, this is a guy that you'll remember I think it was on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes.
He gave his first public address to reporters in years, I think. And they asked him because he had contacted Goldman Sachs to inquire about selling the team and what that would look like. They asked him about that. They said
also because he was getting sued by his brother.
he was getting sued by his brother, but they wanted to know, like, what's the future of the Orioles? Are they going to move the team? Are you going to sell it? Are you coming back to Camden Yards because your lease is expiring? And then he said, listen, I think it's disgusting that you would ask me these questions on MLK Day when I'm here to talk about the great work that Martin Luther King Jr. has done in the community. And obviously, Martin Luther King Jr. would not care about a billionaire moving jobs away from a predominantly black inner city community. That's nothing that he would care about. But Peter Angelos and John Angelos are just world class. They're world class scumbags.
They're villains.
They're villains. And
What are the DMV owners? Pro Sports.
well, former.
And current. Yeah.
Listen, Jake, I'm not going to play devil's advocate. I'm just
The whole region.
I'm going to introduce you to reality.
No, the Colts or sorry, the Raven. No, the Colts moved.
Yeah, they did. They did. That was not Jim Irsay that did that.
Yeah.
He was powerlifting, smoking cigs. But I'm going to use reality as a counter argument too, Jake. Mm-hmm. In reality, this is the way that it's set up now, where teams own their own broadcast companies.
Right.
I think in the case of the Orioles, it's 70%.
Yeah.
That's owned.
Masson has the Orioles and the Nats.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing where the Orioles owe the Nationals like hundreds of millions of dollars, and
Yeah.
they just won't pay. But in reality, teams now own their own in-house broadcasting services. And if you're going to work for those broadcasting services, like journalism is long gone out the window at that
Right.
point. So all these owners are like little warlords in their own towns, and they control the message, they control the propaganda. And so this is just kind of what's going to happen.
But that's the
it's
point.
It's not good. I'm not
This
saying it's
is
good.
Spinning it in a positive way. I've seen local broadcasters get fired for being too negative about their team. This is the exact
He
opposite.
just said
of
facts. So it's terrible. Kevin Brown should be
Fellow
reinstated.
Syracuse guy also.
Oh, here we go. Unbiased take
Wait,
from
you're
Jake.
supposed to say you're biased to start.
I mean,
You're supposed to say you're biased to
Okay.
start.
If-
that took
okay,
a long
ready?
time to get to that.
if he went to Northwestern, I'd have the same exact response.
well,
if-
who's to say?
If we're a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's crazy. Kevin Brown seems like a really good broadcaster. This is also the same team that got rid of wasn't
John
Miller,
who's
right?
like the voice of Sunday Night
who's
Baseball,
incredible,
right?
incredible baseball voice. So it's bad. He should be rehired. He should be reinstated.
They said he's going to be back.
It's an insane move, but I still keep going back to the point that if I owned a team, I probably would do the same thing. I'd just be like, because there's also they also found out John Angelos enacted a new policy mandating that their broadcasters wear only team gear when on air. He's basically running this like North Korea. It's crazy,
I have a question.
but I kind of like the idea of being like insult facts are not allowed.
Can I wear part of my take gear outside of the show?
I'm going to say no because you're trying to back us into a corner here.
Yeah.
So no.
That's pretty much what he's saying. Like, that's crazy.
Well,
God forbid he represents his team on the streets.
Well, no.
No,
I'm
when
saying
on
you,
air.
you have to only wear
Yeah.
team issued gear while you're on the air.
so he's saying you can't wear it.
No,
he's saying
you can't wear anything else while you're on the
Oh,
air.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I misread
Yeah.
that.
So,
That's okay. Syracuse, not that great.
If Jake, you bring up some interesting points, which is this is bad and it doesn't seem right. It seems scuzzy, and from a moral point of view, you're right. But as Big Cat says, if you own a team,
Yeah, he can do what he wants.
he can do what he wants, and he can be a scumbag.
part
And
kinda
he'll
rules.
never be able
He
to
can
be
do what he
called out
wants,
on
but
it.
now he has
So-
no one's gonna.
Spin zone for Kevin Brown. He's coming out of this looking great.
Oh, yeah.
He's got everybody across the world being like,
Because
free
it's
Kevin Brown.
ridiculous.
Now, you know what else happened is because of that mandate that you said, Big Cat, where you have to wear team issue gear, they kicked one of their radio broadcasters
Yeah.
off the air. Kevin Brown then
He
had
filled
to
in
fill
on the radio.
for that guy.
Yeah.
on the
They're
radio.
they're also not allowed. They've been reprimanded previously for mentioning past Oriole players who are no longer with the team.
Yep.
He basically is like, I want positive vibes only. Don't give me any insult facts.
These are positive vibes. Your team has stunk the last few years,
That-
and now
that-
they're really good.
I watched the clip. I was shocked they hadn't won a series since 2017 in the Trial.
Right,
I
but
didn't
yeah.
know that.
That just
So
shows,
now
like,
I know
they're turning
that
the corner.
Yeah, but I know that now, and that's, I mean, That's terrible.
Jake, how would you feel? How would you feel if you do a PLL game, right? You nail the final call. It's a buzzer beater goal.
Yeah.
Water Dogs win. Unlikely.
Yeah,
but
that's all right. So let's
little
go back to
far-fetched.
reality.
I'm
Okay,
2-0 calling the Water Dogs.
They tie,
in my
and then
career.
it goes to overtime. Then they lose in overtime. But you nail the call at the end of the game, right? And then the first thing we say is, "Hey, Jake, was that a shot of a lifetime?" You'd probably be pissed off at us, right? We're bringing up insult facts from the past.
Yeah.
Insult facts are hurt feelings.
That's what Kevin Brown did. He brought up insult facts.
Well, he brought up something that was offered by the truck, which was put together by the PR team.
Sounds like you're throwing the truck under the truck.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if he's going to be held responsible, then the owner should suspend every single person.
They should all
associated.
walk
And then
out.
John Angelo
These
should
stats.
call the games himself.
Yeah, which actually would kind of rule.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
The-
that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns runs the entire power plant after
Yeah.
they go on strike.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is everyone should stand with Kevin Brown. I think it's it's very hard to find a thing online where everyone is in agreement. Everyone is in agreement that Kevin Brown got screwed. John Angelos is a bad guy. But the idea of insult facts, it makes me laugh. Like if I walked around and I was like, anyone who calls me fat is fired. That would kind of rule.
See you, Hank.
like everyone has to call me skinny.
Better,
I don't
better
know.
Start
Like,
learning Simmons, buddy.
yeah. So Kevin Brown deserves to be reinstated. Hopefully this propels him to get an even better job, because that would be the best ending, is that another team is like, wait, this guy's awesome. We have an old broadcaster who's going to retire or something. Let's hire him, pay a shitload of money, get him out of there.
He's really good, too. He does ESPN college football and basketball.
I don't think people will stop rooting against the Orioles, because
No.
I do think people can, at this point in time, most owners are complete assholes, and you still root for your team.
Governors.
Yeah.
Governors, yeah. I mean, Stan Kroenke, like, he's won every title.
Right.
It's not, Nuggets fans aren't like, damn, I wish we didn't win that because of Stan Kroenke. They're just like, yeah, look at Stan Kroenke whispering in people's ears on the stage. He's a weirdo. Let's just pretend that doesn't exist. We won the title.
Yeah. Behind every great fortune is a great crime. I think Ja Rule said that.
The Red Sox got rid of Don Orsillo for no reason, and still people are still mad
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, too. And he's doing well with the Padres.
It's the best.
I usually don't laugh at Wikipedia edits. I think they're like the lowest form of comedy besides, I don't know, like misspelling words intentionally badly on Twitter. But there was a very funny one earlier today. If you go to John Angelos' Wikipedia page, it says he's listed as Giant Baby John Angelos.
He is.
As his official name.
He is a giant
Which I
baby.
think we should just always refer to John Angelos as Giant Baby John Angelos.
And he's such a giant baby that he will never face the music.
No.
Like you said, the first time he had been in public in a long time was Martin Luther King Day, giving away a scholarship. You even missed a part that was so funny, that he called out the reporter who asked him the question, and he's like, "Are you even from here?" It was a beat reporter for the Orioles who've been covering them for like years and years.
Yeah,
and
so
years.
he doesn't even know
his
their
beat
reporters.
reporters.
Yep.
So Jake, good rant. I need a clip of him kicking them all out.
I mean, do you guys agree with that? Like,
Yeah, no,
if-
we're all in
why does
agreement.
he have to take the? Why is he the only person getting in trouble for this? Like,
Yeah,
he
no,
didn't
it's
make up
crazy.
the numbers.
Yeah,
Sounds like you're trying to get everybody else in trouble.
Yeah,
with
but
it.
it sounds like if they got in trouble, you'd be like, all right, that's fine. That's
Sounds
fair.
like
No,
you're.
I
Sounds
think-
like you're tattling on the class.
No, I'm not titling on the class. In that case, either suspend everyone or suspend
Everyone
no
should
one.
walk out. I did
Yeah.
like when I was like, I almost respect John Angelos' level of like controlling the media. One guy replied to me and was like, "This isn't a joking matter. A guy's job is at stake." It's like, well, what other reason do we have to be on Twitter?
Yeah, and also that's like every time we talk about a player performing badly in a game, his job is at stake.
Well, our jobs are at stake. We're
Every
tweeting
day.
for our job
Every day.
Yeah, we're
Also,
podcasting for our
this
job
is a business
right now.
where you get one chance. That's why I'm so buttoned up on here. One bad word, you're done forever. So like this guy trying to just end his career like that.
Oh man,
It
could
really
you
makes
imagine
me
how
mad.
awesome it would be if in like 10 years from now Jake gets a play-by-play job somewhere and this happens to him and we take the owner's side? I will. I will.
definitely
Oh,
would.
I absolutely will.
Jake,
I'd be like,
hypothetically,
bad seed, shouldn't have said that.
John Angelos gives you a call today.
Yeah.
Hey, the whole team walked out because they're standing in unison with Kevin Brown. Jake, we need you to step up and be play-by-play for the Baltimore Orioles. What do you say?
No.
You turn it down.
What?
Wow.
So you only get one shot. You just said it.
Yeah,
This
You
is
don't
your
want
one
to be a
shot.
scab. I respect
It's
that.
contradicting what I say.
I don't believe
when any
that.
young broadcaster reaches out for advice, they're like, what's the one thing? I say, never say no to an opportunity. So that's right against that. But rules are meant to be broken.
Oh,
Okay,
Wow.
bad boy, Jake.
You're like
Marsh.
Steve Jobs over there. First rule, break all the rules.
But like morally, like this is his job.
yeah.
So Jake, what are you going to call the person that takes his
No, he's
job
suspended.
a scab?
Well, he used to be back.
Yeah, he's gonna be back.
So would you?
If someone took his job, would you call him a scab?
Depends.
Either way, the Orioles are an awesome story
Before they
this
go to
year.
college.
Camden has been packed. It looks sick. They have a very fun young team.
Right.
And I think actually even more so that people are going to root for this team because they know the history of the Angelos, that their window is so small because as soon as they start having to pay people, they'll just start trading
Right.
them.
They'll trade them away,
So
yeah.
it's like, this is the time. I'm rooting.
But
I want the Orioles to.
If they get eliminated, people are gonna be like, "Good thing that guy's not getting a ring."
yeah,
Spin
but
zone.
that's,
That
yeah.
would be so funny if they win the World Series and then they hand the trophy right to John Angelos. He's like the big hero. Of
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay. Good hot seat.
Yeah.
That
So that
delivered.
was-
That delivered. Jake, what's your cool throne?
My cool throne's Richard Sherman.
Oh,
Okay.
He's joining Skip Bayless on Undisputed.
And
go.
Lil Wayne, as I think we
yeah.
predicted
I
that
saw
on
that.
part of my take, right? So they're
Yeah.
going with the Stephen A. Smith model, which is just like, let's roll out a bunch of cannon fodder for Skip Bayless to just mow down day in, day out, rotating cast of guests. That's what it's going to be. Now, some people will say that's because nobody actually wants to work with Skip Bayless, so they had to find like 5 different people trying to get into the biz. I would say that's not the case. I would say that Lil Wayne and Skip Bayless are great friends, and so that's going to be a great show. Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless have some history, too. Do you remember that?
yeah.
I do not.
Skip Bayless
yes.
called
Richard
him out.
Sherman has
on-
history with everyone.
He does. He's got beef. Skip Bayless called Sherman out on First Take like 10 years ago.
Yep.
And then Richard Sherman was like, Skip Bayless, like, you've never played football in your life. I'm more accomplished than you are. I've done more in my short career than you have. There's some true animosity
Let's
there,
go.
which I
He's
love.
perfect for it.
Yeah.
He's perfect for it.
Yeah.
All right. Good hot seat, cool throne. Hank, back to the regular order.
My hot seat is Shohei Ohtani.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he sucks, right?
Drake, a week ago was spotted out seeing a Shohei Ohtani jersey,
Oh, no.
and since then he's gone 2 for 12.
Oh, no.
So the Drake curse is back. Could have been the cool throne, putting Shohei on the hot seat.
Show overrated.
You guys tried to jinx him last week. He then was player of the game twice in one day.
Well, we tried.
You guys don't have
to,
the juice that Drake has.
We tried to find a way to be Shohei haters, and we couldn't even come up. It's similar to when we tried to be Steph Curry haters, and all we could come up with was his mouth guard.
And his posture.
Yeah, and his posture. So no, Kevin Durant's the posture.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some guys that are just universally loved, and Shohei stays that. Hopefully, Drake doesn't fuck it up too bad.
I would say Shohei's afraid of playing in a major market.
He's
That's
in
what I
LA.
would say. No, he's in Anaheim.
Yeah, he's in Orange County.
Learn maps, bro.
What's their team name?
Well, they're just trying to get market share. We
Yeah.
all know where they play.
He lives in the suburbs.
You can live in the suburbs and play in LA.
He plays
like
in the
he
suburbs.
does.
Let's look up where's the Angels Stadium.
Look at the
Let's
team
look-
name.
It's not
in
Let's look
LA.
at the
They
team
used to
name.
Not
be
in
called
LA.
both, right?
Jake,
Yeah,
what's
Los
the-
Angeles
what's-
Anaheim Angels.
Oh.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim or something.
Would you
Interesting.
count the Giants and Jets as not New York City markets?
Great question, Max. I would.
I would too.
Let's see where this is.
Well, that's their. Yeah,
well,
fuck, you got me. You got me. All right, I stand down. I'm standing down.
Then my cool throne is bowling.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
bowling today.
Plug
Live
God.
stream. Yep. Plug God. I am the plug God. That's what they call me.
They're so far outside of Los Angeles.
But I plug. See, I'm more of like a plug when I don't have anything else for a cool throne. That's
Right.
like a break in case of emergency.
Yeah.
Jake's
Okay.
just addicted to plugging.
Okay, God forbid I
in
promote
in
our
Hank's,
sponsors.
In Hank's defense, he had no idea we were going to tape a show for Wednesday.
Well, you said we were gonna do it tonight, and then like 2 seconds ago, you're like, let's just do hot seat cool throne.
Well, no.
that's what we're gonna do this
that,
whole time.
Yeah, that was the plan the whole time.
you improvised 1 second ago. Whatever.
No,
Whatever.
no. We always said we were going to tape the beginning of the show after Hard Knocks.
All right, sorry. My cool throne is shorts.
yeah.
Good one.
Go off.
Wait, no. Tell us about bowling.
Bowling, we're going to be live streaming bowling tournament today in Chicago, 16-person tournament. Jake's on the call.
Stop hitting
I'm
the table.
competing. What?
Stop hitting the table.
Jake is on the call. I'm competing. Big Cat's competing. A bunch of people in Barstool competing. It's going to be a great day. Starts at
I believe 3 Eastern.
3
Okay.
Eastern, 2 Central.
16-person bracket.
16-person
Single
bracket,
elimination.
single elimination.
It's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Big Cat's sneaky a favorite. I think
I
you're a
don't
top
know.
3. I think you're a top 3 favorite.
You're a
good bowler.
I'm a consistently okay bowler. If there's anyone who's in this tournament who can bowl in like the 170s, I'm fucked.
3 Eastern time.
I'm a never bowl below like 110, but never bowl above a 170 guy.
Wait, Hank, where is it? streaming? Is it on Barstool YouTube?
Barstool YouTube.
Okay.
It's with Bolero.
Bolero.
I love
Yeah.
Bolero.
Love Bolero.
Best food and beverage game in the industry.
Yes. Okay, PFT, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
They just released their depth chart, and it is fucking hilarious. At the quarterback position, they have Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask listed as QB1.
Love it.
The letters OR appear on a depth chart for maybe the first time ever. So it's like you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one.
This is some college football shit.
It's some. I would like to see them run some formations where it's both Baker and Kyle on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Has any team ever done a two quarterback system?
The Dolphins.
Yeah, Wildcat.
Wildcat. That's running backs. It's
Yeah.
all running backs.
Yeah,
Ronnie Brown.
But they're playing quarterback.
yeah,
Kind of. They just always ran the ball.
yeah.
But yeah, the Bucks.
Wait. No, yeah, they always ran the ball.
I feel like this is bad news for Baker, because most people assume that Baker was going to be QB1, right? Or Kyle Trask. Yeah. This is telling me that they want Baker to be the QB1, but he's stunk in training camp. So they're like, well, we can't demote him yet, so we'll just make it an or.
Yeah. We should release a depth chart before every PMT. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hank or golf? We don't know.
Why not both?
Okay. Your cool throne?
My cool throne is sports documentaries,
Yeah.
because Johnny Manziel Untold is out. This is not a plug.
We gotta watch
I'm
it.
just saying straight up, the Untold documentary series on Netflix, awesome. All of them
It's
are
shorter than the
have been
quarterback
so good.
one.
Oh yeah, I think it's a movie.
So we'll review it, let's say Monday.
Yeah.
Give everyone a few days. Monday we'll review the Johnny Manziel documentary.
Just one episode?
It's
think,
a
yes,
movie.
it's
So
a movie.
I don't know if you've watched
how
it,
it should be.
Jake, but they did one about the Trash Pandas, the minor league hockey team.
yeah.
That one kicks ass. They did one about
Wait.
Manti Te'o. Yeah.
The Trash
Yeah.
Pandas.
Is that not the Trash Pandas?
No,
No,
the Thrashers.
The Thrashers.
Thrashers.
That's right. That's a
Yeah,
different, that's a baseball
You're
team.
talking
Yeah.
about raccoons.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Huntsville, Alabama.
The Thrashers.
You're talking about
Yeah.
the animal.
the minor league hockey one. the
Danbury Trash.
Danbury
Yeah.
Trashers. Yeah.
The
that-
and one was really good.
and one was great. Manti Te'o was good. And they got me to care about an Australian yachting team. I was like, fuck the New York Yacht Club.
I just
I'm
looked it
Team
up.
Australia for life.
1 hour and 12 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
that's
So
easy.
Monday, that's easy. Everyone can do that Monday. We'll finish the show. Instead of a Monday reading, we'll do the Johnny Manziel documentary.
Yep.
I've tried to watch the QB show 3 times and fallen asleep
know,
by
I
the end of
can't.
every
I
episode.
can't.
You know what I don't like about the QB show is just how positive it is. I'm just
Yeah.
like I want to watch something and have a villain. There's
It-
no villain in it. It's like Kirk Cousins, nicest human being on the planet.
They also should release it like late February when you have that like first
Yeah.
hit of withdrawal, because right now I'm so much into like next season
Yeah.
that I don't really care about last season.
Yeah.
So, all right, my hot seat. I can't believe we didn't talk about it on Sunday night. But Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz released a picture of
think it
him
came out
training.
Monday.
It might have. He released a picture of him training. He's wearing a what is it? A Colts? No, an Eagles helmet. Colts or Redskins Commanders jersey and Colts shorts.
Yeah.
And he's basically he's a human parlay.
He's a
and
Voltron of failure.
Yeah, he's walking around being like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to be back in it. I got in a debate about backup quarterbacks. I still think Carson Wentz, even though he is better than a lot of backup quarterbacks, probably doesn't fill the backup quarterback role very well.
No, you want a backup quarterback to be like able to just like seamlessly fill into any situation.
You want a backup quarterback who will tread water. If basically your backup quarterback is there to make your starter better and not threaten your starter, like be like, ooh, looking over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And also you want your backup quarterback to be able to fill in for like one game. If it's
Yeah.
more than 1 or 2 games, your season's fucked regardless.
Yeah, like Colt McCoy.
Right.
Maybe the perfect
Chase
backup
Daniel.
quarterback. Chase
People were
Daniel,
saying,
exactly.
Carson Wentz is better than Chase Daniel. And my point is, Chase Daniel is way better than Carson Wentz at the role of backup.
Yeah, I'd say that Kyle Trask is the best or quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
But probably not a backup quarterback.
Yes.
Actually, it'd be interesting to look up. Has there ever been a quarterback drafted in the top 10 that has gone on to become a great backup? Like great long-term backup quarterback. Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles.
Say it again.
A highly drafted, like top 10 quarterback, maybe top 5, we'll say, that's lost a starting job and then gone on to have a long career as a great backup quarterback. Because it is a good skill set.
Yeah, but you don't
It's a
really
different
see
skill
a
set.
lot of high drafted guys end up being backups.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. No, I know exactly what you're saying. You're right, though.
Wasn't Vic a backup for the Eagles at first. When
He
they
was a
first
good
got him.
backup.
But then
yeah, but then he ended up being a star. It means I think you mean like
he was like starter and waiting.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Carson Palmer?
No.
No,
I was
he's
going to say
Mariota.
Kyle Orton was good, but he wasn't a highly drafted. He was like 4th rounder.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota backed up.
Yeah, Marcus
Yeah.
Mariota.
Carr, right?
Yeah, that's a
Last
good
year?
call. Marcus Mariota
He's on
might be
the,
the,
I only
on
say
the
that 'cause-
Falcons.
No, he's on the Eagles.
Falcons.
he's on the Eagles now.
Yeah, he's the Eagles back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but Jake said
Yeah.
backed up Carr last year. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah, correcting me.
Yeah, that might be
appreciate it.
that might be a good call. All right,
It
my
was an insult fact. I'm sorry, Jake.
yeah,
Yeah.
my cool throne. I have 2 of them. The first is Phil Mickelson. I don't know if you guys saw this clip. I'll play it real quick, but I love Phil Mickelson, even though everything that goes along with Phil Mickelson. But this is him and Bryson DeChambeau playing a practice round, and him going up to Bryson beforehand.
Playing for? What are we playing for? I haven't thought about that.
What do you mean you haven't thought about it?
Well,
What were you thinking about? Okay, well, Cameron and I'll play, guys. You and Honor Bond. We'll play 9 holes for a G.
perfect.
Straight best ball.
Perfect.
And when you're closed out, you can press for half.
Not the full?
Not the full.
Okay.
Gotta
You
win the
back
match.
to win. Yeah, and if you want, what we'll do is we'll go 28. If you shoot 28 best ball, it's double.
Perfect. I love that.
Okay,
That sounds
or
good.
better. 28 or better.
He's played in a lot more than
Phil just absolutely steamrolled him in that negotiation. Phil's like, have you given any thought to it? Oh, I have. Here's we're going to do today.
Well, he
His
could probably
shock-
rattle off like
yeah.
10 different formats.
But
if he
his
wanted to.
shock at Bright be like, what are you thinking about if you're not thinking about gambling right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going through your head? That's like breathing.
Yeah.
And then, just rattles off. And then
He also said he said he never plays for more than that, which is just a lie.
that's a lie. And in true gambler's fashion, Phil just kept on adding like double or nothing. This and like
Mm-hmm.
you can push for half. If you shoot under 28, it's double G. Like I love Phil for that.
Yeah,
I love Phil.
He's
for that.
got a bankroll now.
Yeah.
Phil's free. He can gamble as much as he wants.
And then my other cool throne is names, because a Twitter account named Bobby tweeted this the other day about is actual names of kids playing in the Little League World Series game on ESPN right now. The names are listed: Fuller Carver, Hudson Harper, Knox Nance, Cabot Clark, Colton Clayton, and Kaysen Roden.
It's a lot of alliteration.
Names are getting wild.
There's a lot of ENs in there.
Knox Nance is a quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's a quarterback I will bet on midweek action.
Wait, let's run through all the names again, and then we'll just assign them fictional job titles.
Yeah, Fuller Carver.
He is a cokehead lawyer that works for his dad's firm.
Mm-hmm. Hudson Harper.
He got arrested for murder in South Carolina.
Yep. Knox Nance, I think, is a QB.
Yep.
I think Cabot Clark. Clark.
Winemaker.
Yep.
Failed doctor.
Yep.
Failed doctor. Pursued his passion making wine.
Yep. Colton Clayton seems like just a sick. Someone replied and it was spot on. A sick Iowa tight end.
Yep.
Colton Clayton.
Yep, that's fair.
And then Kaysen Roden.
Finance.
Last off the bench for the Water Dogs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, a guy that we will eventually want to cut from our team, Kaysen Roden. But yeah, names are on the cool throne. Okay, should we get to our interview? We got a great interview with Matt Olson. People have been asking for some more baseball. Well, guess what? We found a guy who dressed up as us for Halloween. AWL. He came in 7:30 on a Friday night. So shout out to Matt Olson. He also is just, I think he's hit a home run every game since he's come on. He is future Hall of Famer.
He's on team Evan and Shane and Dingers only.
Yeah,
That's great.
He's a great dude. So awesome interview with him.
You think we're ever going to get somebody that dresses up as us for Halloween and the guy dresses up as me and the girl dresses up as you?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
This was a guy combo.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. It was guy combo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
I like
Matt
it.
Olson was me and then his friend was you.
Love it.
Okay. Let's get to our interview. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest in person. It is Atlanta Braves all-star, two-time all-star, Matt Olson. I'll say this too. Future Hall of Famer Matt Olson.
Are we doing that right
I
now?
was looking at the numbers, and if you stay healthy, you're a future Hall of Famer.
Wow, that's throwing a lot on me right out the gate.
The good news is that Big Cat's never jinxed anything in his life.
No,
yeah,
you're good.
No,
You're good.
I'm
You're
really
good.
aware of that.
Yes.
So I'll probably have a great career from here.
Yeah, so Matt, it was very funny. We were doing, I don't know if you listened to our baseball draft, but we did our Dingers Only League, and our producers Shane and Evan picked you, and someone was like, Matt Olson's an AWL. I was like, what? How do you know that? And then we looked, and you had dressed up as us for Halloween a few years ago.
Yep.
So
I was you. It was like a last minute. We got to throw something together for Halloween. We're me and my buddies listened to PMT, and I was like, shit, I'll just get a mustache and some see-through glasses and throw it together. But my buddy did remind me that somebody stopped me that night and asked me if I was Jeffrey Dahmer that night. So I don't know if that says more about me or you.
Yeah.
I did also listen. I did listen to that Dingers Only draft.
Yep.
So I do have a slight bone to pick with Hank. Over
okay,
there.
all right, let's get it out.
Go off.
I do believe it was never heard of him when the draft pick happened.
Well, I mean, Hank's a pretty big seam head. He knows every player.
And then he found out that I listened to the podcast, and he quickly changed his opinion.
Yes.
So
It's funny how that works for us. We're like, oh, he likes us. Yeah, we love him.
Yeah.
We're always been Matt Olson guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not you.
Right.
That's just
Since
any
the start.
baseball player. Like I'm not locked in. That's on me.
yeah, y'all haven't done a ton of baseball guys,
Well,
right?
this is gonna be big
Or
for-
Yelich.
Yeah, Yelich is our guy. You're now going to be a recurring guest. But yeah, we get a lot of tweets being like, "We're the baseball podcast." So here it is.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I remember the Yelich one from the bet that you
Yes.
guys had
Yes.
with maybe some
Not going to make that
some
with you.
ass eating going
Yeah,
on.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
the thing. If you ever get in the home run derby against Yelich, we are going to absolutely dose you with steroids. Right beforehand. We're going to make sure that happens.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw it if it's me versus him in the
You
finals.
bet, you son of a bitch.
well, you are
I
consistently.
think you might, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, you would. You're sicko.
I mean, if it came down to it, maybe you threw me a little coin underneath the table.
Yeah.
I would never make that bet with you though, because you actually are consistently a great home run hitter, unlike Yelich, who just mysteriously had like one awesome year.
Interesting. That is
Did he have
crazy.
a
Like,
little
if you just look at
incentive?
the numbers, if we're just looking at numbers here, there's a big spike and a low valley. Right afterwards.
yes.
It's just interesting.
But you guys drove into that. you
Yeah,
know?
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
We
true.
did. We did. We doubted him to the point
Yeah.
where he was like. he
I
won the
almost want you
MVP.
guys
Well-
to make some dumb bet
Yeah.
for me. Like,
He's almost more of a sicko than we are for even offering that. The fact that he wants it to happen.
was
Yeah.
it his idea?
No, it was
no.
ours.
Well,
Okay,
it's a
yeah.
long story. There was a porn that came out featuring Christian Yelich. It was a guy that looked a lot like Christian Yelich. He says that it wasn't him. Was he eating ass or getting his
Like
ass eaten?
standing up.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was eating ass. She was standing up, and it looked. He'd get tagged in it constantly to the point where he had to be like, "It's not me, guys. Like, please stop saying it's me." So, yeah, that was a dumb move. But we are happy you're here. I guess. I mean, since we're talking about dingers only, I'll do just a dumb question. How awesome is it to hit a dinger in Major League Baseball? Because what are you, 239?
Total?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I hit my 200 this year.
Okay.
At some point.
Maybe 217. But either way, you're hitting a lot.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I mean, I would probably say that's the peak in the sport of being able to get one off a guy, especially now that the A's have broken up a little bit. I've had a chance to face some old teammates, and
Yeah.
I've gotten a couple of them. Chris
Yeah.
Bassett was a fun one to get because we talk a lot of shit to each other. So, it's fun when you can leave the yard. It's even more fun when you got a little story behind it. Talk some shit to somebody.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite dinger?
Yeah, I think my favorite is probably last year we played a series against the Mets at the end of the year where we had to basically sweep them to win the division. And night one we faced DeGrom, and first inning I think it was, Riley hit a homer in front of me, and I went back to back with him, and I feel like it kind of set the tone for the series. We ended up sweeping them.
Yeah.
When you do that, do you imagine Frank the Tank watching and just like having an actual aneurysm? Like, if you hit a home run against the Mets, are you thinking to yourself, how big is the hole that Frank the Tank just chewed through his shirt?
I'll say that the videos were checked after some games last year. So
The more we learn, Frank the Tank is somehow like the most famous person at Barstool,
Yeah.
and every NL East team uses Frank the Tank as motivation.
Yeah.
They're like, how pissed off can we get Frank?
yeah, especially with like kind of the way it went for us at the end last year where they had the big lead and then we ended up winning the division.
Yeah.
There were some dudes in the clubhouse who were pretty tuned in.
Does that ever?
So incredible.
Okay, this is really dumb to even ask this, but I am serious. Was there an element of Frank before the collapse happened when he spelled out how the Mets were going to collapse, right? And everybody else was like, "You're full of shit, Frank. The Mets are so far ahead right now." But he, to the letter of the law, said exactly what the Mets were going to do before they did it, and what the Braves were going to do before they did it. Was there any motivation where you guys saw that and you're like, you know what? I think we can do it. Frank says that we can do it.
I don't know if he gave us extra motivation, but I remember seeing a clip of a different dude saying that like the division is over or something like that. It was in July when they had the big lead, and I mean, it's not like we needed any huge motivation or anything like that, but it's funny to kind of look back on it.
I mean, the fact, I'm just giggling right now because the idea that you're in a pennant race and you're trying to catch the Mets, you're in New York, you have a huge game, you beat DeGrom, and then the first thing you do when you go to the locker room is pull up Frank the Tank's Twitter and just laugh.
Yeah, because I mean, beautiful. Everybody watches, the Barstool stuff and everything, and I mean, it's when he gets on his rants, it's pretty must see TV.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You mentioned going back to back with Riley. Did you know? Fun stat I just saw today that you and Riley have combined for back-to-back home runs in a game in April, May, June, July, and August this season. The only teammates in Major League Baseball history to have back-to-back home runs in a game in 5 straight months in a single season.
Is that right?
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Back-to-back home runs. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling too. Like, is it cooler for the second guy or the first guy?
I think it's probably cooler for the second guy because, but it's probably harder for the first. Like, you can't get the first without, or you can't get the second without getting the first.
Yeah,
So
the first guy usually gets pitches a hit because the second guy is also a dinger threat too, right?
I will say hitting after a homer is a tough gig sometimes.
That's
because fans are still sitting up and they're playing the music still. Nobody's watching in the dugout. Pitcher's pissed. You're getting like his 100-mile-an-hour fastball. You're getting his dirty shit because he doesn't want to give up another. So that's a pretty cool stat.
So the Braves are incredible this year. You guys, it feels like every night you're just a pitcher's nightmare. Do you guys feel that in the lineup where you're like everyone can hit and does it motivate you to like be even better because you know that everyone around you don't want to let them down?
I don't think it works that way. I think it's almost the opposite where you don't like it's okay to have a shitty night in our lineup. There's a lot of lineups in the league that one or two guys are doing it most every night.
Right.
If they're scoring a lot, like the 3 or 4 hole hitter is doing the damage and hitting 2 homers or whatever. But it's like I can go up and punch out 4 times and Orlando Arcia and Mike Harris, our 8 and 9 hitters, can have 6 RBIs together. So I kind of feel like it takes some of the pressure off. I mean, honestly, we got Ronald Acuna. The stuff that he's doing at the top of the lineup is stupid.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about it the other day. It's like he's almost like when you go golf with a scratch golfer. Like you see the big home runs he hits, the numbers he's putting up. He's hitting 340 now. He went 3 for 5. He's probably hitting like 340, 50 stolen bases. But it's like at the end of the game, you're like, what did Ronald do today? And you check, and it's like, oh shit, he went 3 for 5 and had 2 stolen bases and 3 RBIs. It's like when you go golf with a scratch golfer, you're like, he didn't do anything that cool. He just hit every fairway, hit every green.
I wouldn't know. I made a birdie.
But he makes it all look easy. It's so, and I mean, it sounds like you guys are good teammates to each other. Because I guess the question is more like if I were in the Braves lineup and I was like hitting 50 dingers, I'd be giving everyone shit who didn't hit 50 dingers. But it sounds like you guys have each other's back.
No, we're not doing that. Somebody might have said something to Mike Harris the other day about him being the only one in single-digit homers, but he hit 2 that night. And
see, there you go. That works too.
Yeah, I love that. So if you do go 0 for 4 one night and you go 0 for 4 the next night, how soon do you start to think to yourself, I got to change something up? You start to think maybe it's the batting stance, maybe it's just like, I don't know, have a different pregame meal. When do you start to think like, okay, time for a change?
Yeah, I mean, actual change, like actually diving in and doing baseball change, probably not that quickly, but I'm eating something different or putting my socks on a different way. Everybody says they're not superstitious. I think that's
everybody in
crock of
baseball.
shit.
Yeah. You get so much time where you're just like waiting around.
Exactly.
Your mind works too much. You have to get superstitious.
Everybody takes the bat weight off on deck a certain way. It's like you can tell me you're not superstitious doing stuff different way, but yeah, I'll mix that kind of stuff up. Actual dive into baseball, mix it up. We're gonna give it a little more time than that.
Do you know your longest slump?
I do not.
Okay,
that's good. Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But I was wondering because I'm always amazed by baseball players because the mental toughness it takes to play the game, and a 270 hitter is a good hitter right now in today's game, where it's like if I didn't get a hit for a week, I would just be like, I'm going to retire. I'm never going to get a hit again.
Yeah, I mean a week I would probably be there a little bit if you're going over. My longest over stretch I don't think is that crazy, but
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up. I
hope it's like 3 weeks.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot when you're like you were 0 for 75.
Yeah,
but no, it's part of it. As stupid and cliche as it is, like it's a long ass season, and all the ups and downs will kind of level out at some point.
Yeah, do you get bored
during a baseball season? For sure.
Yeah, is that like August? Like right now, are you bored?
Well, luckily we're winning and we got a pretty fun team, so that helps a little bit of it. But just the monotony of a baseball season is tough. It's
even with the bigger bases, that doesn't help out.
Yeah, the bigger bases and the pitch clock makes it a lot better.
Yeah,
so games are so much quicker.
Yeah,
but no, there's a point. Like I said, luckily we're winning. I'd feel bad if we were about to lose our 100th game and you get 150 games in, you're just like, let's get this shit over with. But
yeah,
we got a good squad and we have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm looking it up. I couldn't find your longest slump, but it says that you can't hit a slider. Is that true?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I did take a slider right down the middle earlier, so it could be
yeah.
true.
So
that it's trending.
At the time of this
up.
taping, the Braves did beat the Cubs 8-0 today. All right, so was that was off Hendricks?
That was.
No, that was after.
Yeah, Weneski.
Yeah, came in. Yeah. So facing a guy like Hendricks, though, we were talking about it right as we walked in. Is it weird to face a guy like that who his velocity is so different than everyone else you go up against? Is he like rare enough that's why it works?
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it, he's got like a career 3.5 ERA, so the dude's been doing it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we just faced a week straight of guys throwing 95 to 100, and then you get up and Hendricks is floating 80-mile-an-hour changeups in there, just like shit you don't see anymore.
Right.
And it's almost like it's so crazy that it's effective.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did hit him well today. Who's got the nastiest stuff for you?
I'm 0 for off Garrett Cole. I haven't faced him in a while. When I was in Oakland, I was facing him a good bit in the Houston days, and I don't know the exact numbers, but it's around 0 for 20 with about 15 punchies. So I'm gonna need to get back out there and try to fix that.
Well, you probably won't see him in the postseason this year. That's the good news.
Yeah.
Is there a pitcher that you have their number?
I gotta be careful about this.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it. I think I've had pretty good. There's actually a guy which is weird. Alex Claudio, who's a submarine.
Hank, what team?
Don't think so.
Okay.
he was with the Rangers for a while.
Okay.
And Angels. But he's Brewers
now. Okay, there you go, Hank.
He's a sidearm lefty, and I think at one point I was like 7 for 7 off the guy, and just couldn't stop just crushing him, which is weird. Because
that is weird.
They always bring him in. I'm like, are y'all fucking checking the numbers?
Yeah, right.
I'm crushing this dude.
Right.
Yeah. You don't see too many submarine pitchers anymore. I feel like we used to have them more back in the 90s. Like every team had one submarine guy.
Yeah.
But is it that much different seeing like where the ball comes out of his hands? Does it like fuck up your entire process of identifying what pitch is coming?
Yeah, it does. And for whatever reason now, most of the submarine guys that are left are throwing like 95 too now. Yeah. It's the Schreiber dude with Boston and Tyler Rogers guy with San Francisco is just a crazy weird slot. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like Hendricks. It's just stuff you don't see all the time, so it's so backwards that it throws you off.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about your career for a second and the start of it. So you were going to play at Vanderbilt, and then you decided to go straight to the minors. So what was that decision like? Because a lot of guys do end up playing in college baseball if they have that kind of offer, especially at a school like Vanderbilt. But what made you decide, like, hey, I'm just going to go straight to the minors here?
I don't know. I'd be lying if I said that the signing bonus wasn't a part of the decision, but it wasn't.
How much? We could look it up.
I can look it up
we
right
can
now.
Look it up. You could just say it, or we could look it up.
All right, it was just over $1 million.
Oh, nice. So, you got to go. Fuck Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you get $1 million when you're 19 years old. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
But
that's enough money for life.
It wasn't and never was, the reason why I do it, but it was more so like you got an opportunity to go do it, especially as a hitter. Going to college is way different than going and getting like 500 at bats. I actually went to Beloit, Wisconsin my first year, which sucks.
Beloit, Wisconsin. Beloit is the sound a fart makes in a toilet.
Beloit?
Yeah. If you say it out loud, it is.
That's not, and it's pretty close to what the city looks like too.
The Beloit Snappers you played for. You played for the Stockton.
That's
Ports.
not far from Madison.
Yeah. Stockton Ports, Midland Rockhounds, and the Nashville South. Where's the Midland Rockhounds at?
Midland, Texas.
Okay. Where are the Stockton Ports?
Stockton, California.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
you
were on the
Northern
bus.
California. Oh yeah.
Was that fun?
On the bus?
Yeah, was it fun? Was there any element of minor league baseball that was fun for you?
I think in the moment it was, because we'd get on the bus and at times we'd do a big beer bus. Everybody would play cards, and we thought it was cool to drive 12 hours through the night and then play the next day. But looking back, it's like, that was fucking brutal.
Yeah. Seriously, I don't know how minor leaguers do it. So when was the moment? Was there like a special moment when you got called up? Did they do like surprise video or anything?
No, it was kind of lame. We just finished our AAA season, and they do the September call-up.
Yeah.
And we lost in our playoffs, and the AAA managers came up as like, don't pack your shit to go home. You're going to meet the team. So, I mean, it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like all the videos you're seeing where guys are set up in the manager's office and people are crying.
Now, did you get called up right when you thought you were about to get called up, or was there a stretch where you're like, why have I not been called up?
No, I thought it was about right. I started back in AAA after I got called up for that September, and I think about halfway through that year I was a little bit like, I think I'm ready. Like,
enough already.
It's time to go. But we had Yonder Alonso there ahead of me, who was he was going off. So I actually came up and I was playing right field, which I don't know if you've seen me play, but I'm slow as shit. I have no business being in the outfield. I'm sure all the pitchers were pissed.
It is the position that they just throw guys where they're just like, all right.
I played a lot of right field growing up. Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
Yeah, I think the 9-year-old in right field is always like the worst guy. They're like, hey, just go stand out there and don't fuck it up.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, it was a cool story, and you always remember your first call.
Yeah, and you get to the A's, and I mean, we have taken the side of A's fans on this podcast.
Yeah. We're a Fuck John Fisher podcast. I know you probably can't talk about it, but fuck John Fisher.
But fuck him, right?
Yeah.
He's
You can't talk about it, but fuck him.
Fuck John Fisher.
Yeah.
Right in his face. I love A's fans.
Yeah.
I love
You
the
don't have to
fans.
say anything. We'll say it for you.
The fan bases,
Okay.
I love them. I want to fuck them in their face. I love them so much, but their owner's a piece of shit. But playing for that team, like, was there ever a time when the fan support was like, you felt like maybe this might work out? Maybe the Athletics are going to stay in Oakland?
Yeah, I think a lot of us thought that we were going to be kind of like the dudes to flip the script a little bit, because everybody had gotten traded before us, and I think it was like the Donaldson, Cespedes wave right before us. All those guys got traded. They hit the reset button. we came up and it was like me, Chapman, Simeon, who's from the Bay Area.
Good team, yeah.
Starters like Chris Bassett, Sean Mania, a bunch of dudes. We won 97 games back-to-back years, with the Astros in our division. And I think it became like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to be the ones to stay. And obviously, sitting here now they just look at it as a money maker. And
I think the decision was probably already made. It was just a matter of time at that point. Did Billy Beane ever call you into his office and say, hey, I really like how tall your knees are, and give a small strike zone, and that's why I called you? Did he have like a weird thing for you that he liked?
Billy is a weird guy, but he was always good. He did always crush candy like the movie. But no, he didn't give me anything too weird. He did one time. I was getting a little froggy with trying to steal bases, and I got thrown out at third one time trying to time up a dude. And I saw him in the lunch line the next day, and he just looked at me. He was like, "Hey." I looked over at him. He was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I had him timed up, and he's like, "Don't do that shit again." And I was like, all right.
Did you feel a little special being like, I'm a Billy Beane draft pick? Knowing his history of draft picks and just how he built that team?
Yeah, you buy into it a little bit. You kind of feel like the misfits. You go and play at the Coliseum, you feel like, one thing's not like the other here when you go play at other stadiums.
Yeah.
And you're here, it almost becomes something that you rally behind a little bit. But no, Billy was good. GM was always good to us, David Forrest. Coach's staff was always good, and we had a good team.
And when the fans are good there, they're the best.
Yeah.
Like those teams, when they get good, the guys playing the saxophone in the outfield and just it breaks my heart whenever a team leaves a city.
Yeah, it's like nowhere you've ever seen because
Right, yeah.
nobody, all the fans, they just don't give a shit, really.
Right.
They don't give a shit about what they're doing. They give a shit about the game. But,
right. They're just going crazy.
It's like a college football game, but you're playing Major League Baseball in a way. So it is cool. So it's kind of sad to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
You've got beautiful grass in the outfield there too.
They do.
And their
It's like
uniforms.
the best looking field.
They do.
in
And
Major
their
League.
The
uniforms
Kelly
and
greens.
Yeah, and the colors are great.
Kind of like the Eagles Kelly greens that
they
just
got
came out.
Great, the A font is great.
And the elephant.
It's just great. Yeah, it's sad. So when you got traded to the Braves, you're from the Atlanta area, so you probably were really pumped. Did you know they were going to give you that fat contract right away? Because it was 24 hours, right?
Yeah, it was quick. I didn't know.
That's awesome. That's even better.
Well, tying back to the A's, I was pretty open with my agent, and they were pretty open with him that I was open to signing something long term. I was like, you want to get fair market, but I just wanted to have some a long term deal and go out and play. And so my agent knew it was something that I was open to. So when the trade happened, Alex got on it pretty quick. He's he when he gets worked up about something, he gets on it and goes. As you see, all the guys we have signed now. So it wasn't too hard to convince me to come to the hometown and sign for 8 years. And they just won the World Series, so it's a good team. Got a bunch of young dudes like Ozzy and Dansby was there at the time, and Ronald, and so it was kind of a no-brainer.
That's got to be the best 24 hours, because you got traded, and then 24 hours later you signed an 8-year deal for 188 mil.
Yeah, it was
pretty nice.
It was pretty sweet. It was a little weird walking in the clubhouse because I actually did the press release before meeting the dudes, really. So
so they saw you get paid, and then you had to walk in the clubhouse. That is awkward.
Which not like it mattered.
Right.
Nobody said anything, but it was just
still
it was a little awkward.
Yeah, that is very awkward to be like, I haven't even played with you guys.
Yeah.
Was there any weirdness about obviously A's Braves fans love you. You're a fan favorite now, but at the time they were kind of going through their own emotional drama with the Freddie Freeman stuff, right? And so that's what they were thinking about. They're like, oh, I love Freddie. And of course they should love Freddie. Freddie meant a lot to the city. But when you come in, it's like you're the outside guy, even though you're a hometown guy, right? Was that weird at first, trying to figure out how you fit in there and figuring out how the fans were going to eventually, like, are they ever going to come on and be on my side? Or are they going to be just like asking about Freddie this whole time?
Yeah, I think there was, a tad of it. Obviously when a guy is there that long and he's going to be a Hall of Famer, I mean, dude's career 300 hitter with all the accolades that he's gotten, and he came up with the Braves. There's going to be that stuff. Frankly, this whole process, I knew I was going to get traded from Oakland, and I think it was L.A. didn't have first baseman, and Rizzo hadn't re-signed with the Yankees. And so, I mean, we were sitting there during the lockout, and I really didn't think Atlanta was really an option. I thought they were just going to re-sign Freddie and get along with it. Once that process kind of started dragging out a little bit, I guess it became a little more in our head that it could be possible. And then once it happened, it was the coolest thing ever. But the way I look at it is the dude has done so much for Atlanta, and like I said, Hall of Famer. I would be upset as a Braves fan growing up and as a guy who plays for the team who I want good fans if they were just like kicked him out the door.
Right.
I'm happy that they love Freddie, and he's always been super nice to me. So it never affected what I was doing too much.
That's a good way to look at it. To be like the team, the fan base cares so much about a guy that's given so much to the team that, like, hopefully one day they'll think about me that way.
Yeah, I just think they respect what he did for the city, as they should. I mean, I grew up watching Freddie when he first came up, so
right.
I respect what he did as a Brave.
Right.
So it's not like it's any sort of rift there. And he's, like I said, he's always been super good to me, and I hear great things about him from the guys. So
another bad teammate question: does anyone ever give you shit for not having a World Series ring?
No, it kind of pisses
right. Yeah, I would.
It kind of pisses me off that nobody does. Like they did the ring ceremony last year, and they were giving out fake rings to all the fans, and I put mine on and was like, fuck yeah, this is sick, guys. Like, so glad we got it. And I was like trying to egg them on to chirp me about it, and nobody did. But maybe we just weren't there yet. But
okay.
They'll give it to me pretty good now. But I nobody hit me too hard with it.
Yeah.
Are you as amazed as we are when you watch the freeze run?
Yes.
That guy is
so fast.
Insane.
He's so fast.
He makes people fall down. He's so fast.
We should get one of you auto racing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hank, you should do it. Actually, Max.
Yeah, we'll have Max do it because he'd probably like break his whole face.
His body would explode.
You just can't run full speed to start.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen him lose, the person that goes is sandbagging a little bit to start, and then they turn the jets on.
Because he doesn't go as fast? Yeah.
Yeah. Because he waits a little bit, but the dudes who just blow their load right out the gate, they're the ones who are busting their ass and right center.
Falling.
Yeah.
That's the best, is when somebody thinks that they've got him beat, and then the freeze just runs past them, and they get so surprised that they just trip and fall down.
Yeah, maybe a little Tyreek peace sign behind him.
Yeah. That should be the penalty for our Dingers Only League. Like maybe next year.
Oh, yeah.
Is if you lose, you have to race the freeze.
You have to race the freeze. Oh, man, it would be so embarrassing. I would just try to trip him.
Yeah.
I'd just time it up and try to trip him.
While we're on the Braves park, I don't think I've heard the full blooper story.
Well, he's a fat fuck, and he's a bully. And
he came at you.
Oh yeah, he's come at me many times. He lives rent free in Frank's head, which is not fair. You've never talked to him. He can't talk, right?
No, he can talk.
He as a mascot, he's allowed to talk.
That's against the rules.
Well, am I outing him right now?
Wait, does he talk as a mascot, or does he talk when he gets the mascot head off?
No, I've never seen him. I've never seen a mascot or
with the head off.
No, I've never seen him.
But he talks.
I
got him now. You shouldn't give me that.
Sorry, blooper.
That's the rule one of mascots. But yeah, no, it's very funny.
What is blooper? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure.
Because I've been looking at him. Is he like a dog? Is he an alien? Is he an alien dog?
I'll say this.
Bigfoot? I don't know.
And this is going to bite me in the ass, but he does do a hilarious job on social media. Like, he's very, very funny. Like, it was one of those things, like, whenever a new mascot comes along and they try to, start beefs and do this stuff, and you're like, all right, this is enough. He finds new ways to be funny that I actually appreciate. Like he's very good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, but he talks. This is good.
What does he sound like?
Shouldn't have said that.
I'm guessing he's about 5'10" white guy with brown hair under there.
Okay.
That's
So he listens to part of my take.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's right in y'all's wheelhouse.
I
isn't it?
invited him to Chicago this weekend, and he didn't show.
He's dodging you.
Yeah. Well, he said he has to be invited by the team. Does he ever go on road games?
Well, I wouldn't ever know really.
Yeah. True.
He's never in full outfit on road games. though.
Okay. Oh, so he's.
But is he there? I don't know.
Oh, interesting. So he might be here right now.
He could be here right now.
Oh.
Are there more than one blooper?
I don't think so.
I think it's
it's
just one guy. But
I think
he's
it's
saying
one
that
guy.
he might travel with the team,
But
just
I
not in
don't.
blooper
I don't know what he looks
costume.
like. So he
What
could,
if it was just like there's a blooper on the road for road games and they just contract a new guy in each city?
Huh.
We'll never know.
What if
It's
it's
giving
just
us a lot to
Cunha?
think about.
Acuna's just doing
Acuna's
double
hopping
duty.
in between innings. Yeah.
You've ever seen him in the same place?
No.
So wait, do you guys see, like, because he runs out, he tries to make it all about himself. He's got a little like Dabo Sweeney in him where he like comes out with the flag. Or you guys ever like, come on, dude, you didn't do anything?
No, we like it.
Oh, God.
He's pretty good. I think he does a good job as far as mascots go. He does a good job. I've always liked him, and the Astros mascot does a good job.
Yes,
too.
Astros mascot
Runs
is
out
very
the
funny.
underwear. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
guy's funny. I like the Philly Fanatic too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
San Diego Chicken. Is that guy still around?
Chicken.
Yeah, there
I
used to
don't
be a
think-
San Diego Chicken.
Yeah, no, Bloopy does a good job.
Bloopy's
It hurts me to say it, but he does a good job. But now that I know that he talks as the mascot, he now is, I think he's ineligible for Mascot Hall of Fame.
You think he's gonna get fired?
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk in the mascot costume. You can't do that.
I'd feel like such a piece of shit if he got fired for that.
All right, if he gets fired for this exact moment, Barstool will hire him.
Okay, that's
All right,
fair.
That is fair.
You ever
Which
seen-
we've hired people for way less.
Oh yeah.
way less.
Just making up for stuff that he's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've hired people for nothing. So Frank got hired. Well, Frank was, Frank is all-star, but Frank got hired for just ranting on TV because the New Jersey Transit made him delayed for opening day. Mm-hmm. That's
That
a
was
true
it?
story.
Yep. He was on the news.
on the news, just screaming into the camera, being like, "They make me miss opening day." And Dave was like, "We got to hire this guy."
But the news just said like crazy Mets fans.
Yeah, they're like,
No,
Mets
just-
fans are
yeah.
irate. I'll show you the clip.
It
Yeah,
was
I
Long
need to-
Island
I need to see
Railroad.
that.
Yeah.
And Frank was there with his jeans,
Yeah, we'll just
and
play right now.
he was yelling like incompetent. And Dave was like, "You're hired. You're hired."
Well, we found out the best part about Frank is when we looked into who he was, he had been running a website for 15 years, updating it daily, called Sports Encyclopedia. He basically created Wikipedia before Wikipedia. No one was noticing, but he was just addicted to the grind. So he had just been updating this
So
website.
like all kind of sports, he's just keeping everything
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to date.
Like
Yeah.
he does This Day in Sports almost every day, and he had been doing that when nobody was reading his website. So it's like, yeah, we got to hire this guy. He's already doing the job for free.
Yeah, right.
Nearly impossible to get around. For some, the frustration was overwhelming.
New Jersey Transit is the absolute worst. I'm not going to get to my game now because we are incompetent. You tell track G, track H, track E, and then I got track H, and then you know this train's not wrong. The announcement is wrong.
He was
That's how he got
That's
hired.
so good.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best story ever. Frank is. I love Frank probably more than most people in the world because he is the best. He's truly authentic, and you're just giving him hell all the time.
We're not going straight for him, but like I said, some guys will check in after a good win.
What about Mrs. Met? Do you ever catch Mrs. Met on the side of your eye?
I can't say I've taken any double looks at Mrs. Met, but
No.
they're usually busy with the trumpets and calling in Edward Diaz or whatever. But
Yeah,
why are you a Mrs. Met fan?
I mean, I
put
know
on the bonk list. Hank.
are you a Mets guy?
No, I'm a Nationals guy.
Put on the bonk list.
Yeah,
Hank.
but I can appreciate a good mascot when I see one. And Mrs. Met, she
She
got a
falls
lot of
under
power.
that category.
She's got a lot of power.
Yeah.
You can tell she's got warning track power. Is what I'll give her.
All right, I had a couple
That
last
wasn't
questions.
a horny statement. I just appreciate the work she does as well.
You're knocking it out of the park.
Respectfully.
Yeah. A couple last questions. Since you are an AWL and you listen to Pardon My Take, how dumb do we sound when we talk baseball?
No, No, y'all are pretty good.
That was really nice of you because I know that's not because we don't talk baseball.
Yeah,
Well, you just
You're either-
need to expand your web a little bit, get
Yeah.
some more guys on, and
This is why we're like, hey, it's a Friday night, let's do it.
yeah. Am I like a pioneer for?
actually,
the
I don't
MLB
think
side?
we've ever recorded this late on a Friday before.
Yeah. So
You're the
and you
first.
are a recurring guest now.
Shout out to me.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Well,
Shout out to
can you
Matt
teach
Olson.
us something? Make us smarter about baseball.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Maybe approach at the plate. Let's say,
or just like one thing that you guys say to each
should
other that
should
we
I
can
give
repeat.
y'all like a trivia question?
You can
We
do
would fail
trivia,
that.
or
Yeah,
just
we'd
like
yeah.
if there's one nugget about baseball that we can just regurgitate,
yeah,
and then
or
we can act like we invented it ourselves. That's really what we're looking for here.
something that fans watching the game get wrong routinely that they don't fully understand.
Shit. You put me on the spot.
Home runs
here.
are rally killers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
home
true.
runs are rally killers.
Yes, that is true.
That is confirmed.
Is
If
his
you've
walk
heard-
as
if
good a
you've heard
hit
that
as a
one.
hit?
No.
No, I agree.
No,
When people say that.
walks are not as good as a hit.
Oh,
Oh, teach us how has the shift impacted you as a first baseman?
Not too much. You just got a little more room to run. I think I got something good. If anybody ever hits a foul homer during an at bat, they're fucked the rest of the at bat.
They'll never hit a home run after that,
Yeah.
right? I've
There's-
come to
there's-
think
It's
of it,
in
I've
their
never-
head.
Yeah.
There's three options from that point on. It's another homer, which is like a small percentage, or a punch out, or a walk. And the punch out is the highest percentage there.
So when you hit a home run foul, it's in your head right away. You're like, damn it.
It's I don't think it's something you immediately get in your head, but like right after you're like, yeah, I was fucked. That was my one chance.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. So do you know it when you go up to a plate appearance? You're like, I'm going to see maybe one pitch that's going to be my pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who it is. Kyle Hendricks today is not going to give you a whole lot to hit. So
Right.
if he throws one over the middle and you miss it, you could be in a bad spot. But I think sometimes we give pitchers a little too much credit.
Yeah.
they're gonna leave some stuff over the middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know Barry Bonds was like the one example to kind of go against what you were saying earlier. I can distinctly remember watching Barry Bonds plate appearances where he hit like 5 home runs foul, and then the 6th one he hits
You
like
straighten it out.
3 times as far as the other one straight out into the water. But yeah,
But that was one of the three.
that was
Yeah.
and it's Barry Bonds too.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct answer.
Maybe you'll be right next to him.
I don't think that's any question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there was a lot of that stuff going on in that time period.
You
Yeah.
should start kissing journalists' asses now.
Think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
This is a good way. We're going to probably have Hall of Fame votes
Do you
eventually.
guys know a lot of journalists?
ourselves.
Yeah, we are. We're as big J as it gets.
We know Jake Marsh. Yeah.
We will push. We'll push for you. Do you
Thank
guys?
you.
Is it still like Little League where like if you strike out but you get a good foul, like you get a good foul cut, people are like, "Hey, good cut up there."
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
That always made me feel good. Where I was like, "Yeah, that was a good cut."
You get a little
You
slap
know?
on the ass. Just missed it.
Yeah, good cut.
No.
Good cut.
No,
Good swing.
I've had it. I've been in dugouts where guys get pissed about that.
I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like if I won't name a name because he was like a veteran who was when I was first coming up. He was with Oakland, but if he would like line out, I'm talking like hit a bullet at somebody or gets robbed a homer, and you walk in, you slap him on the ass or give him a high five. He's like, "Don't fucking touch me." He's like, "I'm out." He's like, "I don't care. I'm out. Don't
Yeah.
touch me." I'm like,
Yeah, we're not doing launch angle. We're not doing exit velocity. I'm out. What about good eye? Do you guys still say good eye to each other?
good eyes, good ball talk.
I like that too because that always made me feel like doing nothing, just being a coward and not swinging.
Yeah.
Everyone be like, good eye, good
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
Or what about this one when you take a strike and they say not your pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can-
I like that one.
You gotta see one.
You spin it like that's not the pitch you were looking for.
Yeah, you got to see one
Yes,
come to the
exactly.
plate. Yeah.
Now you're ready.
Or how about if like you foul it off? If I foul it over the third base dugout, a little see it deep chatter.
Yep.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Those are all right. So we got some baseball talk now.
Yeah.
All right. My last question, Rhoback question, RHOBACK.com. Promo code TAKE. Use promo code TAKE. Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, everything. Promo code TAKE. Rhoback.com. All right. So I'll say it. It's August 4th. The Braves are going to be in the postseason. You guys are a wagon right now. When it does flip to postseason baseball, how much does it change in the locker room and like the approach day to day? Are you guys, is everyone, no more bullshitting, no more talking shit, like having fun? Is it just like all business?
No. I don't think you could pay the guys in our clubhouse to be all business. Actually, it's what you see with like Arcia and Ozzy and Ronald like fucking around on the field is about as genuine as it gets. So if I went up to Ozzy tomorrow and was like, why don't you just chill out today? He would like laugh in my face and probably tell me to fuck off.
Right.
It's, which I think is good around that time, because I have been on, a couple teams where tightens up a little bit and everybody, starts worrying when the playoffs coming around. And obviously these dudes won the World Series in 21. So they've been there, done that, but it's a good environment when you treat it like it's a normal game in May or whatever.
And you also know that contractually you're now obligated, if the Braves do win the World Series this year, we have to have you on via Zoom within 24 hours, preferably drunk.
Oh, I will be drunk.
Okay,
if it's 24, if it's drunk, within 24 hours of us winning the World Series, I will be.
You have to do that now.
Okay.
All right. Just so you know, we have a long-standing relationship with golfers, Joe Burrow, some of these guys who've won titles and come on right away. It's our favorite interviews because a lot of times those guys will go on SportsCenter right before they get drunk, and they'll give like their 10 minutes, and then they'll disappear for like a week.
Yeah, no, I'll give you the good footage.
Okay, all right,
Love
good.
Yeah.
I love that. You're gonna be a fan favorite already just for that. All right, well, Matt Olson, thank you, recurring guest,
Latest Friday guest ever.
yeah, and
There we
future
go.
Hall of Famer.
Well,
And AWL.
We're gonna push for you.
well, I appreciate that. We got to work on that though.
Yeah, you just keep hitting dingers, but not too many because Shane and Evan are, I think, running away with dingers only. Mostly.
Are
Well,
they?
yeah, what do you think about that format for the Fantasy Baseball League?
So it was dingers only.
And then
Yes.
you also get one guy that gets hit by a pitch.
Which was a
Yeah.
mistake. Probably we probably won't do that next year.
I think
Wasn't
we
it like
should
you
do
did
it.
10 points for the
Yeah,
pitch,
it's
it
five.
counts as 10 points. We reduce it to 5. I think we should do it next year and just have it count as like 1 or 2. It's fun to have a guy to root for to get hit by a pitch. It's
Yeah, I do like that, but 10 points is probably a little.
It's a lot.
It's
It's
a
a
little
lot.
weighted too high.
Did you listen to the whole dingers only draft?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Well,
It was not good.
well, I mean, you messaged me and you're like, it's good. You got to check it out.
Yeah, you
And
could have stopped
yeah.
listening after the first round because I think you were a first round pick.
Yeah, I kept it going. I was just sitting around, in my hotel room playing some PS5. So
Just listen-
I ran through it. Yeah,
Listen to us butcher names, butcher teams.
Everybody was injured that I drafted.
Yeah.
yeah. There was a lot of injured people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Alvarez is back, though. He's
Yeah.
on a little tear.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
thank you.
pick.
That was a great
that's
pick.
a great
Yeah.
pick.
I just didn't happen to know that he got injured literally the night before
Yeah.
we did the Dingers Only
That
draft.
hurts.
I picked a guy with vertigo,
Who's that?
Mountcastle on the Orioles.
But he's back hitting
he is
dingers
back.
too.
Yes, he is hitting dingers now. But it's hard to pick a guy in your fantasy draft and then be like, he's got vertigo.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that's that's not going to be good for hitting a baseball either.
My hit by pitch guy I only drafted because he was an AWL. And then I go and I scroll through his Twitter, and the last tweet that he put out was like, "Thank you for all the prayers. I'm doing okay. Hope to make it back on the field again soon." Because he got drilled in his head.
Oh, this is
And
Josh Smith.
Yeah. And now I feel like an asshole because I'm now rooting for him to get hit by more pitches when he
Yeah.
was seriously injured by the last one he got.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up.
It was fucked up, but we made our peace. We're on. I just
you
told
guys
him-
are good now.
I told him like put your hip into it next time.
But the problem is he's going to be getting out of the way a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So that's, if you look at it from a draft standpoint,
Yeah.
it's a bad pick.
Actually, I do have one more question because we were in the batting cages last week on Grit Week, and we stepped into the 80-mile-per-hour cage, and Max was raking. By the way, Max is like a pretty good hitter. It turns out
Matt Stairs of CAA.
that's what they called him. Yeah, and I stepped in there. I saw the ball coming in 80 miles an hour, and I was like, "Holy shit!" When I watch baseball on TV and I see a guy get hit by an 80-mile-per-hour pitch, I'm like, "Oh, that's easy. That's lean into that one. Take that one for the team." That must hurt like shit, doesn't he? Even when it's 80 miles per hour.
80 is not bad. You get up 95 and up is where it really starts getting you.
Yeah.
Does
Like
80 look like softball for you?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. That's Hendrick's changeup,
Yeah.
and just watching him on TV, it looks like it never gets there.
Yeah, right.
Compared to the other guys,
It's crazy.
not trying to shit on Hendricks.
No,
'cause
no,
the
but
dude's a great
no,
pitcher, but
he's low velocity.
but
yeah.
I mean, based off what we're seeing, 80 is like
Yeah, because
Thank
how,
God.
how fast do they throw when they're throwing you BP? Those are still zipping them in, like 60, 65.
Yeah, but they're closer, so
Yeah.
it's playing more like 85, 90.
That's
Yeah.
what it was at that batting cage.
Yeah.
It was way closer.
I remember I took
Yeah.
BP in a minor league
If you
field
weren't
once.
if you weren't full and it was going 80, then
Yeah.
it's probably it's
Okay.
getting there pretty good.
That makes sense.
I took BP at a minor league field once. Hank was there, and I just kept on missing. I was like, "Can you guys slow it down?" I was like, "They're like, this is kind of what we pitch it at." I was like, "Well, I can't hit this." So-
Well, I've done it before. Actually, funny story is my first BP of big league spring training. Bob Melvin was throwing BP to me. That's the manager with Oakland, and I swung and missed at the first pitch, and I was like, "I'm never fucking playing in the big leagues." I'm like, they're gonna send me down tomorrow and never call for me back.
Billy Bean's up in the suite like Joaquin Phoenix and Gladiator, just thumbs down.
They're like, get him gone.
Oh man, well, Matt, thank you so much, man. We had a great time having you on. You were a recurring guest. You'll be back on.
Appreciate it. Hopefully, 24 hours after the World Series.
Yes,
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to hold you to
If the
it.
Cubs can't do it, I don't think they can.
Matt Olson is brought to you by Cars.com. Wherever life takes you next and whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that on Cars.com. Whether you're moving from the suburbs to the city so you want a smaller, sportier car, or you're expanding your family and you want a safer option, or maybe you've taken up snowboarding and you need more cargo space for the gear, their advanced search filters help you narrow down the car you're looking for. I'm actually in the market for a car right now. I want to know what's the best dog car out there. If anybody has any recommendations for a good dog car. It used to be the Honda Odyssey. I remember that thing because it was just like, it was plastic on the inside, so you could just hose it down.
What about the car from Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, an actual dog car.
A little dog.
I like that. Let me know. I'm going to use Cars.com. They have deal badges that identify the best deals, and they have a quick and easy way to sell or trade in your car. Over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities to meet your changing needs. Up to 50,000 cars are added daily to Cars.com, so you know you'll find a car that you love. Actually, an El Camino is a great dog car. Might have to pick up an El Camino. Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next? Cars.com.
Okay, Mount Rushmore time. We're doing the Mount Rushmore of rookie mistakes. What is the standings right now? It is as tight as it's ever been.
Hank and Max on heater with 21. And then we have a tie, me and Billy, 19. Big Cat PFT, 19.
And so, Jake,
Lot of games left.
Billy has been contributing to your part.
Yeah, we have a
Mount
text.
Rushmores, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the last Mount Rushmore will be the Friday before Labor Day, officially.
Mm-hmm. Did Billy submit FBI?
That was me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Missed,
I
yeah.
thought Billy would do MAGA.
It's just... yeah.
A lot of grammar people are saying some of these weren't even acronyms.
What are those people's problems?
I don't know. I'm just
Which one isn't an acronym?
acronym has to also be like a word or something.
Oh,
Like something that you can
fuck
pronounce.
that.
So like BJ wasn't, OTPH,
But it
J
stands-
wasn't,
What?
You missed option.
missed option.
Yeah. That would have done well.
Scuba was one that we missed.
Yeah.
Scuba just rules. Okay, Mount Rushmore rookie mistakes. What is the order?
The order is Big Cat PFT, me and Billy, Hank and Max.
Okay, we have our 1-1. I'll just go with it. PFT. Look, we don't even have to do numbers. We did little numbers before.
Nope.
Mount Rushmore rookie mistakes. Eating more of an edible because you can't feel it.
You
Total rookie mistake.
take your first time having an edible. You eat maybe half the brownie, and you're like, well, it's been 30 minutes. I don't feel anything yet. I'm not high.
Yeah.
I'll just have the other half.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself in hell
Yes.
for about 10 hours.
Yeah.
I thought
you
I
can't
died
get
in
out of it.
Vegas one time.
Yeah.
We were there doing a podcast. AWL came and gave me a bunch of edibles, and I was editing the podcast, so I like took a little bit. As I was editing, I was like, oh, I don't feel it. Took a bunch more, and then I was in bed in the fetal position, and I felt like my life was fading away. Like I couldn't open my eyes, and I was like, I'm fading to black. This is it. Rest in peace. And then I remembered reading all the submissions of people being like, I ate too many edibles, thought I was going to die. And then I was like, oh. This is just me right now.
It's a very relatable mistake that I think anyone who's had any weed or any edible has made this mistake. It is the ultimate rookie mistake. I remember I've done it where I've done it with mushrooms too, where it's like, oh, eat a little bit and then, oh, I don't feel anything.
be
Oh, let me
patient.
eat the rest of it and then holy fuck, I'm on the moon.
Yeah, it takes way longer to hit. So if you're just smoking, then you get high almost immediately. But if you eat something, your body has to metabolize it. I did in college one time, and the first time I ever ate brownies, I woke up very high the next day at about 11 o'clock. I had a oral presentation I had to give in my class at 1, still very high. I just got up there and coughed, pretended I was sick.
Yeah.
And then sped through my presentation about 5 minutes, and I was like, everybody knows I'm high right now.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It's a bad scene. I oftentimes will eat just a little bit to try to like ease into it, and then I'll get impatient and eat the whole thing, and then it's a bad move. Okay, Hank and Max.
False.
Max, were you telling me about a restaurant the other day where
Jake and Billy.
everything on the menu has weed in it?
That sounds like a
Yeah,
dangerous thing.
that was bad.
It's,
That was bad.
That's
bad
a
time.
That's the worst idea for a restaurant ever.
Yeah.
You just get higher and higher, and then people just must like not ever leave.
Yeah.
There's a point when you're doing that where munchies go into reverse, and I like couldn't eat anymore. I was so high that like the thought of eating more and getting more high disgusted me.
Yeah.
And the food tasted really good, which was the problem.
And that's the worst part about edibles too, is like once you hit that point, you can't turn it off. You just have to ride it.
Yep.
Like you shower, nap, nothing fixes it. Okay, Jake and Billy.
We are going to go with shitting after showering.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a bad rookie
Yeah.
mistake.
This is a rookie
You just
mistake.
Gotta plan
you just
it.
say the S word?
Yeah.
He did.
Wow.
Kick him off.
We want it on the graphic.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Hank and Max.
We're gonna go with swallowing dip spit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Good one.
First time I dipped, swallowed it, puked everywhere. I also had braces, so that was just a disaster.
I accidentally drank your dip spit the other day.
That was Billy's fault.
I had a water
I had
bottle.
to spit it somewhere.
and Billy
Bill-
just gave me my water bottle.
he gave me
and I
the
didn't
water
realize.
bottle, and there was like a little sip left.
Oh no, jeez.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's the cousin to what Hank is talking about, swallowing your own dip spit, but the cousin to that is drinking out of any bottle near a dipper.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will go with parlaying a bunch of heavy favorites.
What do you mean?
That seems like an insult fact.
Yeah, what do you mean, Hank?
We're gonna have to go to John Angelos in the booth.
It never works. It's a rookie mistake.
What do you mean it never works?
I'm gonna parlay a bunch of heavy favorites.
Oh, that's right, because the Celtics beat the Heat in the conference finals this year, right?
Was that a parlay?
Yeah, it
was.
actually was
It
a parlay.
was. He did the Panthers when they were up 3-0 and the
That
Heat
was
when they
two.
were up
That was a
3-0.
couple of heavy favorites.
Yeah, you just said parlaying multiple heavy
I
favorites.
said a bunch.
Okay.
That's a bunch.
No,
Two
but
is
that's
a
a
bunch.
classic. Like someone just starts gambling, they're like, "Oh, there's no way all of these can lose," and then it happens.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't agree?
No, I
That
agree.
that seems also like an
I have a
insult fact
different
for Big
gambling.
Cat.
Yeah, I have a different gambling one, but yeah. That plays.
Okay,
I like
thanks.
it.
Thanks.
I'm not protesting the pick. I just said all I said was it seemed like an insult.
It's not an
against
insult pick.
PFT.
Well, and
No,
to
PFT,
you for the
PFT did a couple.
artist formerly known as the Can't Lose Parlay.
Yeah, although that was sometimes that's underdogs as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Hank, did it hit
What?
my parlay?
That was a couple. I said a bunch. So you're just taking offense to something that was not directed at you.
No, that's fine. Our next pick is
It's not
thinking,
your choice.
thinking that you do a bunch of hungry dogs one year and then the next year you'll be able to hit all of them.
It was profitable a couple years ago. I think in the
Couple
past
years
2
ago.
years it's been
So is Bitcoin.
overall profitable.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because of the extra Saturday.
You do can't lose parlays all the time.
Okay, Jake and Billy. It's a
our-
good pick.
Yeah, no.
It was an insult pick, but it's a good pick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Our next pick is going to be forgetting to put on sunscreen.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Tan.
I mean,
Yeah, I like getting a little tan, little
yeah,
roasted.
but if you're out there too long and it's like all I could have done was just a 30-second spray, that would have changed everything.
I still think that there should be a booth where you can just walk through it and they spray it like it's a spray tan booth, and they have it on the beach, on the boardwalk. You just walk through it, put your arms at the side, and it just hoses you down sunscreen. Then you're good for the day.
Yeah.
$5 a pop.
Yeah.
It's just, it stings. I mean, I have very sensitive skin, but it can change everything.
It
Yeah.
can. Everything.
Can
yeah.
change everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It is bad to do that on your first day of vacation. You
Yeah.
get sunburned right off the bat.
You had
That's
a bad one a few weeks ago, right?
I was fine.
It's totally fine.
I was fine after that.
Okay, we have two.
We have two.
Yeah, that's how Snake works.
Okay.
All right.
PFT, you're going to say this next one?
Yeah, I'll say this next one. All right, for our second pick, Darren Ravel knows this one very well.
Oh, I like it.
I'm going to go with putting the top down on your convertible in a parade in Dallas, Texas.
Bad idea. Rookie mistake.
It sounds great. I mean, the weather's nice. It's beautiful. You know, your wife's there with you.
Her ass is out.
You want to have a great Careful. She was
Jackie
thick.
O got that fucking
She was thick.
donk.
But it's not a good idea. You want to blast your music, let everybody hear what you're listening to. No, keep the top up.
Yes, rookie mistake. Let's move on to the next pick. Should we go with 9 PFT? Back to our numbers.
Yep, nine's
Okay.
good.
Rookie mistake, saying you'll be able to pull out in time. Don't worry about it, babe. I got this.
Yep.
I got this.
I got it.
I got it. Big time rookie mistake.
I feel like that's the opposite of it.
What?
I feel like if you pulling out in time is a veteran move.
No, saying you like being like I can do this.
Yeah,
I can
believing in
pull out
yourself
time.
and you don't.
Yeah. You understand the
Okay.
pick?
Yeah, no, I don't understand the pick. But
Okay.
let's
Me
continue.
neither.
All right. Okay.
Makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Makes zero sense.
Yeah. Makes
Is that why you have
perfect
3
sense.
kids?
I like that.
All right, our next pick, it's going to be similar to our first one, but different. Pooping without checking for toilet paper.
Good
Yeah,
pick.
good
We
pick.
had it.
Had it on our list.
Yeah. It's just,
So
that's
a lot
the
of
worst
It's
feeling.
pooping in sunscreen for you boys.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
But all rookie mistakes.
Hank, Max.
We're gonna go with mixing liquors when you're drinking.
Yep.
Okay.
Have a couple drinks vodka, have a couple drinks tequila, have
Yep.
a couple drinks whiskey. Never ends up good. Even mixing liquor and beer. I've always liked the liquor before beer and the clear beer before liquor gets you sicker.
Yep.
But it's something you do when you're younger. It never works out. You want to just stick to one thing, or just do a couple, a little bit of liquor and then drink beer for the rest of the night.
Yep.
You don't want to switch it up.
Yep. Good pick.
Max, I like my gym related one more than your
Travel?
microwave one.
Microwave. one.
I don't let.
Oh
okay.
no! Why don't you guys play rock paper scissors shoot?
Not
decide?
stretching before exercise.
Oh,
All right.
Okay, I'd never stretch before exercising.
But
Same.
yeah,
but I also don't exercise.
then you
so.
get hurt. It's basically like it's a rookie mistake people don't do, and then they get hurt, and then they have to stretch every time.
We'll talk about mine as honorable mention.
Okay, all right, that's an okay pick.
Yeah, we'll see. Should let Max cook.
All right.
In the microwave.
What's a microwave related?
I can't wait to hear this one, but we'll finish up the draft. Jake.
All right, our last pick is going to be leaving too much time on the clock for Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Good one.
Good
That
pick.
is a rookie mistake.
Good pick.
Yeah,
that's a
we
good.
saw
pick.
it in the Bills playoff game. You better kneel that ball until the final play happens, and do not give him the ball back. If you do,
Almost
it's a rookie
too much
mistake.
time all the time for
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime.
So that's our final pick.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, PFT.
Yeah, our last one, I think we go the first one.
Okay.
Drinking on an empty stomach.
Yep.
Forgetting to eat and then having some drinks.
Gets you drunk faster.
No,
It does, but also you
then
tap
you hit
out.
that
You
point
tap
where you're
out.
like, "Fuck! I really should have put
No, but
something
then
into my body."
Then you eat, and then you're full, and then it's a complete reset.
No, I think when you eat when you're drunk, you can't keep drinking.
It's
You get full, and then you're like, oh, I'm dead sober.
I don't think it's almost ever a complete reset.
I think it actually hurts a lot. Drinking on an empty stomach is a rookie mistake. Just
Yes.
being like, let's go
In
party.
high school, I was on the wrong side of that.
Oh no!
What'd you do?
Damn.
Passed out.
Oh, did they draw something on you?
No.
Nuts on your face? You probably
it
had
wasn't
nuts on
me.
your face.
I love how
No.
like the craziest drinking story is Jake just like falling asleep.
Yeah, and forgetting to eat a sandwich.
Did you pee yourself?
Not that time, but I've done it before.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what did we miss? Max, I want to hear this microwave one.
Wait, what happened? Oh, sorry. Putting tinfoil in the microwave.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
it sparks.
Like when you're a kid, that I feel like every little.
I've never
kid
done that. That's why
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't-
never done that either.
I did. Well, I did it when I was a little kid, and I was like, "Oh, I want to heat up this slice of pizza," not knowing that you can't. It's a disaster every time.
I mean,
And if you
that's-
don't. It's the definition of a. It's a younger rookie mistake, but
I know your mom listens. That's just bad parenting. Just being factual, like I
was
think
the-
my
I
kids
was the
already know
youngest of
not to do
four.
that.
I was the youngest of 4. Come on.
Okay, and you still don't understand the pull-out thing?
I mean, I understand it. But
So stretching or tinfoil.
I think you went with the right pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting a spoon in the microwave, too, that does the same thing as tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Other ones we had falling in love on the Jersey Shore, big time rookie mistake. Ronnie taught us that, and then fell in love, and then had like the most toxic relationship ever. My gambling one was just teasers, like thinking like teasers are every teaser's gonna win. That's a rookie mistake.
But those make sense.
Yeah.
I do like teasers.
I like them too, but I also know I'm at the point now where I know when I tease, I'm just teasing myself because you see it and you're like, oh, this can't lose.
Flying with a gun.
Flying with a gun
Yeah.
is a rookie mistake. Oh, Hank, I had one for you.
Well, Max wanted to do flying with a water bottle, which I was like,
You can't do either though.
Yeah,
I know.
You can empty it out.
Yeah.
I had one for you.
I get
Hank.
mine taken every time.
Another one?
If you're an elementary school teacher signing up and going to space,
That's a good one.
that's a rookie mistake.
I don't get it.
You already forgot the Challenger. You literally said you'll never forget. You said you'd never forget.
Yeah, the O-rings.
Yeah. Putting the top down of your convertible in Dallas.
Yeah, that's a big rookie mistake. I had another daily one is just asking a woman when she's due without definitively knowing if she's pregnant or not. That's, I mean, that's a big time rookie mistake.
Invading Russia in the wintertime.
Yep. Taking insurance in blackjack.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a rookie mistake.
Showering without getting a towel.
Yep.
You're stuck. Got to run naked sometimes.
You ever done that, Jake?
Of course, we've all done it.
The nude run.
Yeah.
We had Darnell Wright, the Bears' first round pick, rookie mistake. He trained all offseason for the wide receivers conditioning test. That's a rookie mistake.
That sucks.
Yeah, this would come off weird in the graphic, but like talking shit to a veteran, but like a veteran on your team.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's like an actual rookie mistake
Yeah.
that people do in
Yeah.
camp, and they'll talk shit, and then it comes back to bite them.
Yeah.
But it would have looked like talking shit to
a veteran.
a war veteran.
A war
Like
veteran.
getting mad at a very good player, like Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
They lost that
poking
series.
the bear.
Poking the bear in
is a
sports.
rookie mistake. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you're just giving bulletin board materials.
Right.
Rookie mistake.
Forgetting headphones on a flight.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one. That's like you could forget everything, but if you forget headphones, it's the worst flight ever.
I lost my headphones on Great Week. I'm back to the wires like an absolute peasant.
All
the way to
airlines
go.
are pretty much giving free headphones these days.
They're giving free what?
Free headphones.
Really? Just bleep out the word phones.
Yeah.
Hank, if you're serious about your TikTok game, the wired headphones actually is the way to go. It's better sound quality, just so you know.
Meme
for the
said
speaker.
talking about your fantasy team while Big Cat's watching a game he gambled on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big rookie mistake. We've
Yeah.
had that happen a few
Oh, yeah.
times. Just being like, I need a touchdown from this guy. It's like, well, I need this team to win, otherwise, I'm done. Any other ones we missed? That was a good Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Not knocking on your parents' bedroom door.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
bad one.
That's
Forgetting to knock.
forgetting to knock is a very, very bad one. Shit, that one. Yeah.
There was somebody that got walked in on twice recently. It was some celebrity. Their daughter walked in on them twice on their birthday both times.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, it's Kelly Ripa.
Oh.
Kelly
no.
Ripa's daughter walked in on like her 8th birthday and then her 16th birthday.
Oh jeez.
Mom getting it in.
That's scarring.
Yeah.
I don't think you can come back from that.
You can't.
Yeah. Okay. Good Mount Rushmore, everyone?
Yeah.
No?
We okay, Hank?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do roasts with Uncle Chaps. Okay, let's finish up with some roasts. And we have our good friend Uncle Chaps back.
I'm so happy. It's been a long time, boys.
It's been a long time, so long that we forgot to put you in the honorable mentions of the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, that was
listeners.
hurtful. I thought there was going to be smaller font, and I was down there. I looked and looked and looked. Nope.
No.
I mean, I told you, chaps, you're not a guest. You're a part of the show.
Oh, well, that makes it better.
Yeah, that's what we say to everyone that we forgot.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go back. I'm going to find that tweet that I sent and just say that to everybody.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So
Actually, I'm part of the family.
what's up in the world of Chaps? You've moved?
Yeah, I moved up here. Super excited to be here. It's been great so far.
You're seeing people now. You're like in the office, like
I'm
you're-
shockingly not as depressed as being
Yeah.
in my basement by myself. I wake up every day and I feel like you have a purpose today.
yeah.
Who
Which
here
is
in
nice.
Chicago? Which of the Chicago guys have you hit it off with?
Oddly enough, probably White Sox Dave.
Well,
Yeah.
he's.
Yeah.
I mean, White Sox Dave's an ultimate glue guy.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna get into some terrariums. Gonna go find some stuff and make terrariums together.
Oh,
Billy's so mad he's not here.
terrariums. What is that?
Yeah, so
again?
I fell into big terrarium TikTok, and this dude makes like self-contained ecosystems where he'll make it in a little jar and then seal it closed, and he's like, you don't have to open it for 60 years.
Oh, so it's not like a terrarium for a lizard or
No,
for
it's
an
like
animal
a
that you keep.
self-contained ecosystem.
So
So you
you
just
and-
make tiny Earth.
yeah,
So you and White
and I'm the
Sox.
god of it.
Yeah, well, you and White Sox Dave's big idea is to make a 60-year video.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's long-
Hank, can
it's
we
long
greenlight
form.
that?
It's
Yeah,
long
all right,
form.
Yeah. All right.
Brought to you by Miracle Grow.
I did, yeah. I've seen those videos. There's one guy in like France who did it.
Yeah,
who
he's got a real sexy voice.
Yeah, he dropped like one drop of water into his like this big glass thing like 10 years in, and then it lived for another 30 years.
Yeah. That's the huge one, right?
Yeah,
the
the
huge
huge
glass one, and the guy looks like a crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Okay, so you're riding around on a yellow bicycle.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Fantastic. Again, woke up happy today, knowing I was going to go there. And it makes me feel better than drivers because they're sitting at their red lights miserable, and I'm cruising fast at 35.
Yeah, that's illegal.
What do you mean?
I hate that. You're the guy that does we have the same rules, except.
Oh, no, we don't have the same rules. There is no rules.
So
on
you're
my
just
side.
going through red lights.
Tell me the bicyclists.
Yes.
What are the rules of the road for bicyclists then, chaps?
What's that?
What are the rules of the road for bicyclists?
There is none. Like I do whatever I want to. Like, what are they gonna? Is a cop gonna be like, "Oh, you're on your yellow bike"? Like, I'm gonna give you. You don't get a ticket on a yellow bike.
That's true.
The cop lights up. Pull over.
It is disarming.
And then I could be one of those wow dirt bikes and get out of here. You can't go where I can go.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true. Where you go, there are no roads.
But I have been almost hit a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems very unsafe.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Are you wearing a helmet?
Oh yeah, I got
good.
a helmet, and every day I reward myself when I arrive safely. I have these little stickers that I put on my yellow helmet, and they are called "Safety is Paramount" pancakes, and it's kind of like the Ohio Buckeyes.
I like that.
Okay, so when we
Just for not dying. Every
Yeah.
time you don't die on a bike.
Yeah,
This sounds-
congratulations to me.
this sounds so tragic because it's gonna be like we scraped Chaps' body off the pavement, but he did have 140 stickers on his helmet.
Yeah, but I need a punishment if I die. You guys have to take them all
Oh,
off.
taking them
Okay,
all off.
yeah.
Okay.
Unceremoniously.
Yeah, it'll be
fair.
like he broke the streak.
Yes, the streak is over. No more stickers for Chaps. Okay, so should we do some roasts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Have you been reading a lot recently?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been reading aloud. Usually Kate does it on our show.
Yeah.
So I haven't been a lot.
Last question. Do you want to say anything about your co-host Khan's basically being like a dementor on Twitter for the last month and a half while he's on paternity leave?
I'm just glad that everybody else is seeing why I hate Connor. It's nice to welcome everybody into that family too.
I texted him like maybe week in. I was like, dude, I know what you're going through. You're going through paternity leave, but you don't have to have a take on everything.
No, he does.
Yeah, he does.
really does.
He does. Which it was one of those things where at first I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it got so bad it got good.
And
Whereas
then-
like someone's like lasagna, he's like, lasagna is the worst food ever.
And he's legit triggered. Not
Yes,
like Twitter
yes.
triggered, because he starts texting me offline. Like, he's like, what do you mean, man? Like, don't you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't.
He went after college football fans. He went after Notre Dame. He went after Italians.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I don't know why people do this 3 weeks to football. Can't we just enjoy the summer? Next thing you know, the next week, 2 weeks till West Point football.
Yeah.
He's mad about countdowns?
Yeah, he was mad
He
about
hates countdowns?
countdowns.
Not
That
a
was when I
countdown
was.
guy.
That's when I got back in on it. That's when it was so bad it was good. When he's like, "Why are we counting down?"
Which is what we all do.
We
Yeah.
all count down.
We start after the day after the Super Bowl.
Well,
When
yeah,
is it starting?
it's usually like maybe a month or two after. It's whenever the days get to a point where it's not depressing to look how far in advance the football season is. That's when I'm back all in at countdowns.
Yeah.
I
Like
love
when
I love
pitchers and
countdowns.
catchers report.
Oh yeah,
And it's the random tweet being like 7 weeks at this time. You'll be sitting on your couch watching Sunday Night Football. I'm like, fuck yes.
And then the Jags have like day 76, and it'll be like Luke Fortner's picture, like
Yeah.
some random number 76 you haven't heard of. In a
Oh,
while.
how are we feeling about all the postmortems that keep coming out about Urban Meyer? Do you love him as much as we do? As a Jags guy?
I hope. I want to give him my yellow bike so he can get in a wreck. Take away his Buckeyes. That'd be fantastic.
Do you think this is a big year for Trevor Lawrence? This feels like he needs to, because last year we saw it, but it was also not all the way consistent. This year it's got to kind of be consistent, right?
I think he's gonna. I'm gonna put a lot of money on him winning the MVP.
Wow.
Yeah,
How much?
because the odds have got to be insane, right? And he's so good. And now having Calvin Ridley, I don't know if you've seen the clips from their camp. Calvin Ridley's a freak.
He is.
The Jags might have across the board the best skill positions.
Listen, I don't know if you could say there's a team like the Chiefs are pretty good.
Their skill position players stink.
The Eagles are pretty good.
but not the skill. I mean,
Yeah, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Who's their Dallas Goddard? Who's their running back?
Okay,
this
let's
year?
do AFC.
DeAndre
DeAndre
Swift.
Swift, yeah.
Yeah,
AFC?
Bills are pretty good.
I would the Bengals.
but I don't think it's deep.
Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd.
I'd still go Jags
Joe
because the
Mixon.
running backs. better.
Chargers pretty good.
Yeah, but we beat the Chargers. So it doesn't
What about
count.
what about the Dolphins? Dolphins have like an insane.
We're in the top 5.
You know what?
You
know
might not
what?
even
You know
have the
what?
best
You
skill
know what?
positions in Florida.
You know what?
That's me. They don't count.
I want to
In
let
the
you
top
believe.
8 for MVP.
I want to
Is
let
it
you
top
believe.
8?
That's what's that?
Let Chaps believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
why can't I mean from years past that go in this high? Because even when in 2017 after Blake, when Blake left essentially, I didn't think that they were going to be good again, and now Trevor, baby,
Yeah.
what a difference a year makes.
And you guys are monitoring the piss too.
Oh,
you see
yeah.
those urinals?
That's huge.
The Jacksonville urinals are amazing.
I want to get one at my house. I wonder how much they are.
They're I think $2,400.
I'm not gonna get one
You
for my
pee.
house, then.
You pee directly into it. And it tells you how hydrated you are.
But how does it charge? Is it like hydro charged, or you got to take
Yeah, like
that
it's
bad boy out and plug it into a USB?
Maybe it's like a turbine, like a dam. So the piss going through the turbine actually powers it.
I bet that was DARPA, like the military invention people that came up with that.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
it's great.
By the way, I'm sorry that we jumped down your throat there. We have a thing on this show where if someone comes and outtakes us, we get a little upset. It's
Okay.
territorial.
Yeah, I
and you
understand.
did try to outtake us.
I did, yeah.
Because that take is wrong.
Yeah, I came
but
in and
you
tried to
said
impress
it-
everybody.
Yeah, you said it very confidently.
Yeah.
So we had to go against it.
I might sprinkle just for Chaps.
Just from Chaps saying that.
yeah,
Best
he
skill
kind of talked me
positions?
into it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Chaps, let's do some roasts.
Okay. Are we doing it regular? Any voices you want?
Let's start regular, then maybe we get into a voice.
If I read really poorly, I'm going to switch to a voice like FDR because I can
Okay.
do it
Okay.
better.
You do an FDR?
Oh, it's
yeah.
a great FDR.
Well, then you should start with FDR.
Okay. The bastard offspring of the Blues Brothers meets the bastard offspring of Wayne and Garth 3 times weekly to rank the random things in groups of 4, talk about living in Chicago, berate junior employees, and insult their supervisor for his poor golf performance and inability to achieve and maintain an erection.
Oh,
5 stars.
that feels like it started as a roast of us and just landed with Hank.
Right?
Usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Not a bad FDR.
Yeah,
huh?
not a bad
pretty good,
FDR.
Keep it going or go
Yeah,
back.
no,
there.
do,
Let's
get one
go
more.
switch back and
no,
forth.
I want to hear
Okay.
one more.
One more? Okay. Big Cat looks like a guy that's always accidentally sitting on something nasty that's on his chair. Check under Big Cat's desk. There is definitely boogers. PFT's mustache is a mix of Hitler and my great aunt. Still not convinced that PFT isn't just a bunch of hamsters sitting on each other's shoulders pretending to be a person. Jake looks like he wears socks to bed. Not a burn, more of an observation.
Sometimes, yeah.
Hank's upper lip looks like it left to go find his chin.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one was mean.
Yeah, boogers under the desk is one of the meanest things you could say to
No,
someone.
it's not. That's normal.
No.
If you have a desk and there's not at least a couple boogers.
Oh, I don't do
no,
that.
no.
No, we had a
Me
serial.
either.
We had a guy that used to. Someone used to put their boogers on the wall above the urinal in the old Barstool
Oh,
Sports
yeah.
office,
Yeah.
and it was just it looked disgusting. It
Didn't
looked like,
Feidelberg say he did that?
was that fights?
Or maybe he was the one on the investigation.
Yeah, I think he was. That's a nasty rumor to start about fights, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, me too. Fuck
Yeah, it looked like the aggro crag on that
Yeah.
wall. It was gross.
Yeah, I read so much better in an accent.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do.
because I go slower.
Give us Big Time Tommy.
Okay. The sides of the Great Pyramid are 756 feet long, forming a square that could fit nearly 10 football fields. It's nearly the biggest square in the world, second to Jake Mosh. Chumley from Pawn Stars recently lost an incredible 60 pounds over the first year. In an interview, he said his only complaint is that people now mistake him for someone named Max from Pardon My Take. Big Cat looks like Warren Sharp if he ate a donut for every time he promoted his football preview book.
That's pretty good.
That's good. I recently found out that his name's actually not Warren Sharp,
Oh.
and it's Sharp because he's a gambler.
Oh.
For the record, I'm a fucking moron for not realizing that.
No, it's fine.
I was like, wow, this gambling guy, his last name's Sharp. What an incredible stroke of luck.
Yeah. Tiger Golf. PFT looks like Chris Stapleton's younger sister.
Okay.
Chaps looks like the love child of Max Crosby and Kramer.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know if
I
got
see
that.
some Max Crosby.
Yeah, but what about Kramer?
The racist part.
Inward guy.
You can tell Hank's breath smells like shit because that's the old school way.
Hey, that was a good one.
I like that.
All right, I'm going to go back to FDR.
All right. Okay.
Mac's face looks like a turtle shell with a face drawn on it by an overly confident ambidextrous child. PFT looks like Hulk Hogan after being a quarter cremated. That was a good one.
That is good.
Big Cat looks like he makes a fresh pot of sugar for his Stella Blue right before he butters his hair every morning.
Buttering my hair.
Jake looked like he thanks a person right before being roasted by them. And Hank looks like he sends his family's updates about his workouts.
Yes. Facts. Facts.
I think this is the last one.
Okay.
3:30. 2 days in.
You boys look like a diagram of evolution of man. Jake in the front course, but ultimately a convincing argument that maybe a species can evolve too far for its own good. Obviously, Max is the knuckle dragging in the back. That motherfucker is an evolution immune. Seen a Max figurine of him at the Natural Science Museum. PFT is a hunter-gatherer, but too slow to hunt and not tall enough to gather any of the good stuff.
That was good. It feels good to get a roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like
Hurt me.
therapeutic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't better ones about me. I don't
Yeah.
look like Kramer. There's lots of stuff to roast.
Well, I think just people watching the YouTube.
Remember when you were depressed for 11 years?
Remember when you shaved your beard?
Yeah, that was rough.
You got creamed by
Yeah.
Boris?
I think I'm completely cured of banana-induced pink eye, though.
Oh,
That's great.
Well, that's a huge step.
Yeah, I actually believe in antibiotics now, turns out.
Really?
They work.
Science.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah,
science.
Wait, is there a banana here?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
I don't want to reinfect you. No.
talk a strong game,
No,
chaps.
no. Oh, I'll do it. I need to raise some money for a VFW that I'm helping.
Okay.
And I'm willing to sell ad space on my yellow helmet
Okay.
to anybody that wants to do it.
I like it.
That's a good cause.
Yeah.
In.
So if you go to barstoolsports.com/wins4warriors, you could do that.
Love
All
it.
right.
Love it. Chaps, I have one last question for you. The boys recently went out, played some paintball, competitive paintball against each other. As a combat veteran,
Yep.
I'm just curious to know what you think our combat styles would be like in paintball.
Ooh, I could see.
Billy was part of this as well.
Yes, Billy was definitely a part of this.
I feel like Billy's just the kind of guy that just runs around. Like we call that praying and spraying in the biz. I think that's kind of what he would do.
Yep.
I could see you just sitting on the sidelines making observations about how everything reminds you of World War II.
Okay.
Different ones. Hank, I think because he's the supervisor now, he's just doing a little supervising, bringing in different people, trying to get the right teams together to make the camaraderie as good as it can be. I think you are probably in the rear in the gear with the gear, Dan, like
Okay.
just eating donuts and shit,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
waiting to get discharged.
Yeah.
I think we have logistics guy and Jake that he's
Could say
bringing,
that.
like that
Corner
he's bringing
camper.
the bombs,
Yeah.
bullets, and band-aids.
Yeah.
And I think Max was too fat to serve.
Oh. the
Fair.
roast continue. All right, chaps, you want to guess a number?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
Right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
go for it.
76.
18.
I'll go 69.
91.
Max?
20.
Here we go. 6.
Damn.
6.
Second time.
All right, thank you, chaps. As always, everyone go subscribe to ZBT. Appreciate you always coming on.
All right, love you guys.
And yeah.
Love you, chaps.
Oh, yeah, and we'll see everyone on Friday.
Love you guys.
Our brain is the only organ that knows it exists and named itself.
Whoa.
Whoa.